Good morning. Good morning. It's time for coffee and cursey words. I have both. Let me know where you're coming in from and what you are drinking. It is a gray, rainy, and overly warm Tuesday here in Middle Tennessee, and we have a lot to talk about. Why? Well, we've got a new Taylor Swift lawsuit. We've got updates on the Balenciaga lawsuit. Elizabeth Holmes is appealing. Harvey Weinstein's jury's deliberating, and apparently Velveeta's mac and cheese takes too long to cook. I don't know. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. So we're going to talk about all those things today and of course leave time for questions and a good little chitty chat. I know you're going to ask. So here's the answer. Yes, I know that Amber Heard has answered Johnny Depp's appeal with her responsive brief. Look, when I have to decide who to talk about, I just need a day to not talk about Amber Heard. And I think we all agree, we just need a minute. I need a minute. I want to talk about what's going on with Ticketmaster and Taylor Swift. So yes, I will cover it. No, I will not cover it today. There is a lot more going on in the law and in the news that we are just not going to be able to get to today. I have some quick thoughts about the Twitter files. I'll share those with you, but I plan on covering that more on Thursday. We're waiting for another volume to drop or whatever. I kind of want to see all of it before I really spend the time to break it down, because otherwise we're going to have to break it down twice. And honestly, I can only give so much energy to Twitter. Look, these are just the facts. This is just the truth. This is just the truth. We need a minute to talk about someone else, and that someone else today is going to be Taylor Swift and cheese. We're going to talk about cheese today. Look, have I prioritized cheese over talking about Amber Heard? Yes. Do I regret that decision? Absolutely none. Absolutely none. Absolutely none. Do I think I should have been breakout streamer at the Streamies? Yes. Yes. I'm bringing you way more than Minecraft. Does it matter? No, not really, because I'm here with all of y'all. So let us continue on. Let us continue on. We're going to roll the intro. We're going to make sure that our screen's ready to be shared and that we're professionals here and stuff. And we're just going to talk about the stuff that's going on in the law as we round out 2022 and get into 2023. Why? Because we got another live trial coming up in January, and we need to get through all of these cases so that when we stream for 3 or 4 weeks solid in January, we don't get behind again because we're gonna get behind again. We're gonna get behind again. And it's just hard. It's just hard. True said cheese is way more valuable than Amber Heard. Cheese brings us more joy. That's for sure. Look, I'm not sure that I'm referring to Velveeta as cheese. Velveeta may or may not be qualified as cheese food, but I might have 2 cheese lawsuits to talk about today. There's another one. Look, the way I'm ready to add a food lawsuit segment to every single stream. I saved the cookie wars to talk about hopefully on Thursday, but we have a poll going on over on the community tab. Could I share the community tab with you in the links? No. Why? Here's why. Let me just complain. It's happening. Pre-intro complaints here. I rarely complain about YouTube. Rarely. But YouTube changed its system so that you get a little handily thingamabobby. Hold on. Let me show you the handily thingamabobby that I'm talking about real quick. You get like a thingamaboober, and it's very exciting. And you get your handle, you get your @ on YouTube. I don't know what that's called. I'm old. But you get your @ on YouTube, so you can like @ people on YouTube. The theory behind it, from what I have been told, is that when you get your @ on YouTube, this is the wrong screen that I am sharing. Go away. That is not the right screen. When you get your @ on YouTube, it is to help with fraud. Look, this goes on all the time. I had a whole bunch of y'all message me and be like, are you adding people on Telegram? No, I'm not. And these things go on in the reply scams all the time, literally all the time. And so trying to cut down on that, YouTube added the ats, and in adding the ats, it shows up under your name. So if you're verified, you get the little verified check mark. Great, yay, exciting. And then you get the @ Emily D. Baker. But up in the link, it changes it. But then when you copy that link and go to share that link, those links all, not this one, but the links when you go to like the community 404, because the link up here at the top has the at in the link. So the at's in the link. But when you go to copy and share the link, copy, we'll try sharing it again, share the link, it just goes to 404 because it defaults to user / the Emily D. Baker. So even though they fixed a naming system and they fixed the link, they did not fix the back end. So it defaults to, instead of at the Emily D. Baker, it defaults to /user / the Emily D. Baker, and all of those 404. So I can't share the community tab with you. I am sorry, but we are in the final countdown. We are going to crown a winner today. We are going to crown a winner today. It looks like Food Court is winning. If you feel strongly about something else, you have to go. I think all of them are great. These were all Lawnerd suggestions. Y'all are super clever and I love you. These are all Lawnerd suggestions. I love them. So thank you. So with that, I couldn't share the community tab, but if you go to my YouTube channel, then you can vote. 26,000 votes to name the food segment. But the channel has 674, almost 675,000 of y'all. So we're missing a few. So I wanted to make sure you got to vote. Dervis said, I also love sous chef. I do too. I also love served. It's like, you've been served. We might still say that anyway. Even if the segment gets a name, the others might still come into play. They're funny. They're absolutely funny. I think, was it Hogue suggested gastro publications or something like that? I'm like, Hogue, use it. Ali Somanic. I think Somanic is what it is. Apologies. My brain adds letters. I voted served. It was my suggestion, so I'm biased. And it was a great suggestion, and I loved it. This is the reason I have not yeeted myself off of all of social media, is because I love to talk to y'all. I love to talk to y'all on social, and you have the best ideas. There were some who were like, Food Court's basic. I'm like, but maybe that's what makes it brilliant. Like, Food Court harkens back, like, I don't know, a Sbarro and a, what was the giant cookie place? Mrs. Fields Cookies, and maybe an Orange Julius, maybe some Big Walk if you were really lucky and had a fancy mall, maybe a hot dog on the stick if you grew up near me, because that was the only acceptable choice. So Octo Nation said breakout streamer of our hearts. I'm not bitter that they, mostly nominate male streamers for all of the streaming categories. Not bitter at all. I'm not bitter at all. No, I'm teasing. Y'all, when YouTube thinks streamer for the streamies, what they immediately think is gaming. They do not think about what we do here. But I consider myself a streamer. I am a streamer. I stream. That is what I do. I don't stream game. Maybe we need a gaming channel. My kid keeps trying to get me to start a gaming channel. And I'm like, buddy, I don't know if we have time. Like, if I had a gaming channel, I would never read a lawsuit again. I would just do that. And that's maybe not helpful, because I love doing this. So you guys are all talking about Orange Julius. I know. We miss all the things. So it's again, if you grew up by me, you might have also had a hot dog on a stick. I'm getting a new mic stand. I had to move this for TV recording last week and I forgot to move it back. I'm getting a new mic stand that I can like just move up and down when I feel like it. And I think that's going to be better. But yes, we filmed for TV last week. It has nothing to do with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. It has nothing to do with that. So I'm excited. I will share that when I have an air date, probably at the end of this month. There's another documentary that I took part in that's going to be coming out in the new year. So I will share that as well. It's been a busy year. When I do a year in review, we're going to have to look back at all the things we did this year, because it was a lot. All right. With that, now the mic's too high. Mighty Muffin said hot dog on a stick. Let's see. Wait, I lost the comment that I was looking at. Like, not a corn dog, just a hot dog? No. So hot dogs on a stick are freshly made corn dogs, but they also have, y'all know, if you know, you know, they also have cheese corn dogs, which aren't hot dogs at all. They're just cheese. And they are, look, Emily, do you like cheese? Fuck yes. fuck yes, I like cheese. They're so good. The French fries at Hot Dog on a Stick are delicious. The lemonade at Hot Dog on a Stick was delicious. But what Hot Dog on a Stick did really was exploit mall culture in a way that was both, uh probably inappropriate, but it was 80s slash 90s, and maybe also marketing brilliance. But Hot Dog on a Stick made the lemonade fresh. If you have not been to a we need to put up a poll. We need to put up a poll. Miguelina, can we put up a poll? Have you been to Hot Dog on a Stick? Yes or no? The original Hot Dog on a Stick is still down there in Santa Monica. Anyway, Hot Dog on a Stick. The original Hot Dog on a Stick is still in LA. But anyway, LA. So, with that, Hot Dog on a Stick hired mostly attractive teens, mostly female attractive teens, and put them in little tank tops and little shorty shorts. Not like on par with Hooters, but also kinda. And then they had them make the lemonade. So you would have teens like smashing lemons out in the middle of the restaurant so everybody could watch them smash the lemons. So they definitely leaned into young women. Oh, and the hats. We can't forget the hats. The hats were ridiculous. But they definitely had primarily young women smashing lemonade in these massive like buckets. And then they had there was like a flatbed and a handle, and so they would be like jumping on this lemonade, and it was a whole part of mall culture. The lemonade was fucking fire, but there would also be a line of like everyone that knew them, and then like weird old dudes to watch the young women smashing the lemons. So it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. People are saying they do still have people smashing the lemons. It's just, I find that the staff at the Hot Dog on a Stick, and it's been a while since I've been to a Hot Dog on a Stick, I find that the staff at the Hot Dog on a Stick is a bit more diverse than it used to be. Because it used to be like you're 18, like if you were too old to date Leonardo DiCaprio, you were too old to work at Hot Dog on a Stick. That has changed. So the Hot Dog on a Stick is more diverse, but it's delicious lemonade. It was very much a thing. Glenda's saying I used to work at Orange Julius. Orange Julius was good, man. Nicola saying people still eat hot dogs. No, they're okay. Here's the thing. I'm not describing it well. They're not just hot dogs. They are deep fried corn dogs, and they fry them fresh, and they are probably terrible for you and delicious. But everything in the mall is probably terrible for you and delicious, so it's fine. SC Girl said we had to rip off Corn Dog 7. I love that. Octonation, this is hilarious. Look, they had a whole thing. They had a whole thing. And it worked for them. I never wanted to work at Hot Dog on a Stick. I never wanted to work in food service. Like, it seemed terrifying to me. I lifeguarded most of my life. And then I did a stint in food service, and I was right. It was not for me. It was not for me. We need to look at the Hot Dog on a Stick uniforms real quick. I'm sure there are videos of people making lemonade for Hot Dog on a Stick. But they have an app, which I was shocked by last time I was there, which was it's been a while. Last time I was there, they were like, "Oh, do you have the app?" I'm like, "There's a fucking app. There's an app. Yes, there's an app. Yes, there's an app. You can order online. Wait, they've added menu items. Okay, damn it. I'm getting distracted, but we just need the Hot Dog on a Stick uniforms. Hold on. Wait, that's not what I meant. I'm going to end up, if I Google that, I'm going to end up with the wrong thing. I don't think there's any in Tennessee. I think they're only in California, but let's see. Hot Dog on a Stick uniforms. We had forgotten. They are no longer tank tops. They are now shirts, which is probably appropriate. So they are now shirts. I don't know why they have a banner over people's faces, but they are now shirts. They still have the dorky hats and probably the shorts. But the tank tops, well, there's a tank top. This is the lemonade bucket. Oh, I'm so glad this is here for their charity event at the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. This is the lemonade bucket. Look, it has a handle. And so you would get people like up on a stool slamming the lemonade to try to make the lemonade. So the lemons would go in there, and then I don't know how they would drain it off. But these are some of the old school tank tops and the little shorts. So hot dog on a stick, kind of iconic. Their lemonade is absolutely everything. I'm sorry that we've gotten into food already. We were meaning to just finish up this food poll, and then we started talking about hot dog on a stick. Look, they added menu items. So for those of you not in the US or that don't have hot dog on a stick, these are the hot dogs on a stick. The lemonade is actually freaking iconic. And the food is pretty good. Wait, we went back to Google. I didn't know they added like funnel cake. It's appropriate. It's fair food. But really good fair food. But wait, they had the cheese on a stick. I saw it. Cheese on a stick. Look, man, it's a corn dog, but it's melted cheese. I'm just saying. Sorry, I didn't mean to make y'all hungry. We should roll the intro. We've got a lot to talk about today, and I've just been chatting. I should roll the intro and then do these long soliloquies, but I always forget. Hey there. If we haven't met yet, I'm Emily D. Baker, the badass lawyer and everyone's favorite legal commentator. I'm the host of The Emily Show, and I break down the legal shit behind the news and pop culture stories we all want to talk about. I have been a licensed attorney for over 15 years, but this is not legal advice. I should warn you, I'm a big fan of the cursey words. This channel is where the law nerds unite to talk about facts, not fuckery. I like that you guys are now talking. I didn't mean to make you hungry. We're going to be talking about more. We're going to be talking about more food. Didn't Candace's boyfriend on Phineas and Ferb work at one? He had the hat. It was probably a different name. It was a different name, but Jeremy definitely worked at a food place in the mall. It was something like that, and there was definitely a hat. So Jeremy worked somewhere. The fact that I know Candace's boyfriend's name from Phineas and Ferb will let you know a whole lot about my life. Phineas and Ferb is one of our family favorite shows, like hands down. Just hands down. Misty said we get a new intro soon. Also, yes, we do. In the new year, there will be a new intro. There are some. Do you guys want to? Should we tell you the secrets? There are some things rolling out. Exeria, I think I said that horribly, I'm sure. Korean corn dogs are the best. Some have tater tots on the outside. My only experience with Korean corn dogs is that I have seen people eat them on YouTube. I have not found them. I have been wanting to hunt them down because they look amazing, but I have not found them yet. So in the new year, we are getting a new podcast segment. We are going to be getting more food segments because we need to break up the heavy lawsuits that I cover here. And food segments and food lawsuits are a real good way to do it. Plus, we get to learn about all kinds of really interesting aspects of marketing, deceptive marketing practices, designation of origin, stuff that we don't get to touch on a lot. It'll be nice to talk about things that are not just defamation. Ashara said Jeremy worked at Mr. Slushy Dog. Thank you. It was basically hot dog on a stick, but Mr. Slushy Dog at the mall. I don't remember if Ashley at Fresh Prince in Bel-Air worked at Hot Dog on a Stick. I truly just don't remember. So yes, the intro is getting a refresh, an update, if you will. We're getting a new segment onto the podcast. The new segment onto the podcast is going to be an actual Quick Bits, and that's going to go up on the Quick Bits channel as well. So there will be a summary for those of you that cannot watch all of the everything that goes on every week on the streams. There will be a summary show that goes up on the podcast and goes up on the Quick Bits channel. So there will be some refreshing in the new year and some more content in the new year. So in the new year, it is my goal to have a stream for you on Tuesday and Thursday, except when travel makes it impossible, a podcast on Wednesday and a podcast roundup on Friday. So there will be something for you. Mondays are still my Mondays. Mondays are still my Mondays, and then I will still be taking weekends kind of more off of the internet, because really that's when I catch up and get my work done, which is why the podcast isn't recorded yet, and I'm recording it after this week, because I spent my weekend at Christmas parades with my kids, which was both kind of terrifying and kind of great. All the feelings. I know Waukesha had their Christmas parade without incident. I saw some videos of it. I will share those not on stream because they'll probably make me cry, but I will share those. I will share those over on social, where I can find them to share on. I will link it on the YouTube channel in the community tab and share those on social. So it is, yeah, I'm glad they were able to have their Christmas parade. I'm glad they were able to get back together as a community and to hopefully heal a little bit because it's so needed. So with that, my weekend was busy, which put me very much behind, which is why I don't do content on the weekend because otherwise I will never catch up. I will never, ever, 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 ever catch up. So, Honey said, Emily, there's a Korean store in Nashville, Loti Market, and on Gallatin Pike. Oh, and they have a food court inside. I will go look. Will Friday Night Live be coming back after band season? I don't know. I don't know about Friday Night Live. I'm really enjoying our schedule, and we're going to be doing a lot of trial streaming right at the beginning of the year for the Murdaugh trial. So we will go from there. Will I probably keep it as a one-off? Yes, because my kids do still have some events, and we've been enjoying kind of that downtime on Friday into Saturday, and streaming late really does disrupt my sleep. So we will do some, and we will also be bringing back Court of Public Opinion. It's been too long. So it's been too long. With that, we should probably get into quick bits. There is time for quick bits. We have quick bits. I should just roll the quick bits intro. But Amanda said the Murdaugh trial is going to be wild. Partly because we don't know much about what happened with regard to the murder of his wife and son. We just don't know. There is not a lot of information that's come out. I have like hundreds of pages of filings to catch up on in that case. But again, this is why I do a lot of different cases on the channel, which is why I try to find the people who are specializing in one case, like Mandy Matney. Mandy Matney is doing the Murdaugh Murders podcast. There are a few others, but the Murdaugh Murders podcast, every single week, she dives into what's going on new, where I tend to round it up once a month if I'm lucky. So with that, there are a whole bunch of new motions that need to be gone over, but we don't know a lot of what happened. And so we're going to be learning things fresh. And that's kind of different than Depp v. Heard, because with Depp v. Heard, a lot was already out in the public. I tried to stay away from most of it because I wanted to see what came out. I wanted to see what came out in the trial and really judge the trial based on that. But there was so much information, and the chat was like, but there's this and there's that and there's these things over here. So it was constantly, but there was crossover information from stuff that had been leaked, stuff from the UK case. That's not the case in the Murdaugh case. We know a lot of context, but we don't know a lot of the facts with regard to the murder, and that is wild. So we will learn a lot from that case. So have you been to Hot Dog on a Stick? No, 77%. Yes, 22%. Look, if you like fair food, it's basically fair food. But fair food is delicious. So with Murdaugh, that's going to start, or it's supposed to start in January. We've got Jen Shaw's trial Jen Shaw's sentencing that I'm going to be going to in January. So January is going to be busy, hence the roundup of all the cases. So we're going to quick bits. We have some things, speaking of catching up on, we have some things we need to catch up on before we jump into our new, whatever we're going to call it. We're going to look at the poll before we do it. And then we're going to talk about Taylor Swift and Ticketmaster. I'm very interested to talk about Taylor Swift and Ticketmaster. I was up till like 2 working on, I'm just going to give you guys a podcast preview, working on tomorrow's podcast. Y'all, the IRS has made so many claims with regard to the Girardi bankruptcies. Like, I went through all of the claims yesterday, found Erica's claims, found Karen Girardi, the ex-wife, being like, you owe me $75,000 in spousal support, went through all of those claims, and it was fascinating. So there is a lot that's been learned. There's stuff going on with the RICO lawsuit. The change of venue motion was just granted. Like, we have so much to deal with in the Girardi case. So we're going to be doing the Girardi case soon. So tomorrow's podcast, I'm going to be recording it soon. With that, replay crew, love you. There will be timestamps down below. I don't think I even got to that yet and even said that yet, but we need to do our quick bits before we get into our main topics. Yeah, quick bits. So last week, much to YouTube's displeasure, I covered the Balenciaga scandal. YouTube was like, "Hey, we hate you. Don't do any of that. Please don't cover that." In that podcast, I covered Balenciaga's apologies. I covered a little bit of Kim Kardashian's statement, and then I covered the photo with the collab Adidas purse and with the court case. Went into what that court case actually said. Look, that court case, I can't see how it would be a fluke. I don't know how you just find a random court case and you don't just pick one that's completely innocuous or write up a document that literally doesn't say any words that looks like a court case, or just use one of the joke briefs, one of the parody briefs from recent Supreme Court cases. How this happens is because it's likely intentional. It was likely a choice. Like, it's so coincidental. But Balenciaga had filed initiation of lawsuit in New York. That was an initiation, not a complaint. I went through what their initiation of lawsuit said. They were blaming the production company. I mean, they blamed everybody, right? But they were blaming the production company, and they had their apologies up on their Instagram. Well, that's no longer what's up on their Instagram. Balenciaga has taken all of their apologies down and just has one more statement. The other statements, I don't think, oh, good. Well, at least some of them are up here. At least they've left some of them up in here, but this is only one of them. They've taken them down off of their feed. I wonder when this will come down. So again, their feed is still wiped. This is one remaining statement. No comments on the post. Balenciaga takes the following actions with the objective to learn from our mistakes as an organization. Y'all know what I feel about their last topic. Go take a look at that podcast episode. I have all of the thoughts. The fucking corporate doublespeak that happened with their last statement was just wild. Just wild. Balenciaga takes the following actions with the objective to learn from our mistakes as an organization. New control instances. Our current process for content validation has failed, and we recognize the need to do better. I don't know if it was a feature or a bug. I don't know. I don't know if it failed. I think, is the failure that they thought people would be cool with it? Is that the failure? They failed to properly assess what the public would respond to, because it's not like it didn't get approved. It's not like it wouldn't have gone through directors of all of the different things and the marketing. It's not like this wasn't looked at and approved, and a whole lot of people said yes. Maybe the failure is that everyone in your organization thought this was a great idea. Maybe that's the failure. Our process for content validation has failed, and we recognize the need to do better. On the internal side, we nominate with immediate effect an image board responsible for evaluating the nature of our content from concept to final assets, including legal, sustainability, and diversity expertise. First, I was talking to my friend Warren, who I saw Octo in the chat, a little bit about this. And we were talking about not just did Balenciaga kind of screw themselves as a brand, but the amount of celebrities they've worked with, they put all of them in a horrible position as well. They put all of them in a horrible position. They put every partner they've worked with in a terrible position because, Kim Kardashian didn't get approval on this ad campaign, but absolutely had to deal with it. So did others. And others have been called out on their social, in their comments, like, why aren't you addressing this? They put everyone in a terrible position. They ran it by absolutely no one because they thought it was fine, is my opinion. So the fact that they are needing more diversity in thought, I think is obvious. On the external side, we have appointed a best-in-class agency to assess and evaluate our content. Um, okay. Okay. Organization. We have reorganized our image department to ensure full alignment with our corporate guidelines. Interesting that they said guidelines and not values, by the way. That's interesting to me. That's interesting to me. How have you reorganized your image department that clearly thought this was okay? Like, this is all just non-speak of like, we've thought thoughts. Lawsuit. Balenciaga has decided not to pursue litigation. Really? You've decided not to pursue litigation against the company that you would have had final approval on because, oh, the company made a statement saying that you had final approval. Really? You decided that was a bad idea? Who could have seen that coming? Maybe don't file the lawsuit as a PR move in the first place, thinking that everybody's going to be like, oh, they're suing. Oh, they're suing. They must have been wronged. No, we all read that lawsuit and went, what in the ever-loving fuck are you thinking? This is you approved it. How are you going to sue anyone? Because they're just going to be like, but what you did was approve it. So it's not negligent on our part. It's not a breach of contract. So they're not suing themselves. They're not going to waste money suing someone that they can't sue. Great. Learn and contribute. Why do we have to learn that this was a bad idea, though? I mean, I'm not marketing savvy. I definitely don't know everything. There are definitely things I don't see coming. But why do we need to learn on this one? We want to learn, help, and contribute to protect children. Why is that hard? We are starting trainings on responsible communication across our teams. What? Okay. Where is was the communication failure how you communicated to the public, or was the communication failure that everyone inside said, this is fine? Together with my team, we will go on listening tour to engage with advocacy groups who aim to protect children. Don't sexualize children. The end. Donation. We have set aside a significant fund for grants to organizations. Okay. So that we can help make a difference in protecting children. Maybe start with protecting children in the industry. Maybe start there, perhaps. I want to personally reiterate my sincere apologies for the offense caused and take my responsibility. At Balenciaga, we stand together for children's safety and do not tolerate any kind of violence and hatred message. Okay. I still don't understand why this is a we need to reiterate our entire process. You thought this was fine. Okay. It'll be interesting to see what organizations they work with if they put that on their website. Right now it's a bunch of please let this go away, or it sounds like a bunch of please let this go away. And you know what? The media hasn't covered it much, truly. This has not been covered. This has not been covered in depth. And a lot of people are like, everybody's making a big deal out of nothing. I don't know. Is it the first time I've ever felt gaslit by the media being like, y'all just overreacting? Nope. No, it's sure not. Oh, man. It's just, I'm not surprised they dropped the lawsuit. I am surprised they removed their other statements off of their Instagram. I think Balenciaga is really just hoping that this will go away and that in a few months, everybody will have forgotten about it. I mean, I feel like there has been bigger backlash against YouTubers than there ever is against companies like this. Like, creators suffer bigger backlash for things that they do. When creators do shitty things, they definitely suffer more backlash than Balenciaga doing shitty things. And I would expect creators to have a few less controls, But the media piles on to all of that. Nobody piled on to any of this. There's something to be said by being protected from the inside with all of this, and they're just not. They're just not. They're not dealing with it. They're not dealing with it. Which is wild to me. Like at some point, individuals are going to fuck up. Individuals are always going to fuck up. This is not that. This is a massive corporation where there are enough checks and balances that these fuck ups shouldn't be just like, oh, whoopsie doodle. We just put children in ads with bondage bears and made it seem as if I'm not even going to voice what I think those ads made it seem. Y'all saw my episode about it. Whoopsie doodle. We'll just do better. We'll just do better. The people who covered the Depp and Heard trial were treated worse than Balenciaga is being treated by the media. It's just staggering to me, which is why I think we're going to see a huge shift. And I think we're seeing a huge shift in the diversity of voices that people have. It just. And I don't think it's wrong to hold people to account. I don't think it's wrong to hold companies to a higher standard, saying this wasn't you fucking up. This was an entire company that was like, this is fine. I don't think it's ridiculous to ask for more, but I think when we see the media, calling out the online creators that covered Depp v. Heard, why aren't we calling out the creative director at Balenciaga? Why aren't they calling out the people who thought this ad was a great idea versus calling out people who you disagree with because they watched a court case and didn't believe Amber Heard? Maybe that. It's just bizarre to me. We're going to keep watching it. And so many of us are going to just keep going, what the fuck is even happening? Like, what alternative reality have we slipped into where, and whatever you think about Kim Kardashian, I feel like the public has gone after Kim Kardashian more than they've gone after Balenciaga. Balenciaga approved the ad, not Kim Kardashian. Criticize the Kardashians for all you want. There's plenty to criticize. But they went after those on social media went after her and not after the brand. Maybe it's because it's easier to go after a person and you feel like that's somebody that you can target and put comments on their social media posts, and Balenciaga's turned off all their posts and kind of shut down their social. And maybe they go after her so she will leverage that towards the brand and force the brand to change. But if you're going to go after Kim Kardashian, go after the brand too. And that's particularly for the media. Anyway, it's wild to me. It's wild to me. Britton QF said someone approved the photographs. Not just one someone, lots of someones. They didn't just approve it. They approved it. They edited it. It wasn't just one set and one photograph. It was sets of photographs. It was multiple different children. It was put up on socials and websites. It was not just one thing. It's wild to me. It's wild to me. It's just wild to me. So I hope we'll see more discussed with this, and I hope that people won't just let it go. I don't like the gaslighting of everyone's making a big deal out of nothing. No, I think people are rightfully pissed. Sometimes the internet does make a big deal out of nothing, but I also think there's not nuance, or there's not as much nuance to this. It's, you saw the photos were put up. So a photo is kind of a photo, and everybody went, no, not with those. I need to move on, because otherwise we're never going to get through anything today. So let's get to our next little quick bit. Shocking. This is shocking news. All of you, gird your loins. Prepare to be shocked. Prepare to be we talk about shocking things on this show. Prepare to be shocked. Elizabeth Holmes is appealing her conviction and sentence. Shock. That's all. Elizabeth Holmes is appealing her sentence. We haven't seen her appellate brief. I imagine it's going to be a lot of what her trial brief or her motion for new trial was. We will cover it when her appellate brief is in, if y'all are interested, because at some point we have to figure out what we want to keep covering. I'm interested to see what her appellate brief says. So of course she appealed. That's what you do when there are convictions and sentences. It's not surprising. We will continue covering it. I think all of you have learned that the process in cases is that there is a allegation or a complaint or a thing, and then there is process and discovery and pretrial stuff, and then it either resolves or it doesn't. And if it goes to trial, there is either a conviction or a finding of liability or not. And then the next phase starts, and the next phase is the appellate phase. So it's like pre-resolution, resolution either being at trial or by a settlement or whatever. Then post trial, and that's it. So there are our three phases. We are still here for all three phases. The next story we're going to talk about real quick is just because I'm going to share this headline with you and tell you where to go read more if you want to. I'm not going to cover this in depth. We're going to talk about Harvey Weinstein for a minute. My DA friends and I cannot stop talking about this. We just can't stop talking about this. We just can't stop talking about this because I can picture having to be this DA standing in court making this closing argument. So I'm going to try not to be graphic, but there are some graphic details here. So just warning, this is fucking disgusting. And we got to talk about Weinstein for a minute. This is the headline. This is the headline regarding the sexual assault trial of Harvey Weinstein, once the most powerful man in Hollywood. Harvey Weinstein's abnormal testicles are key focus of final arguments in trial. That I am not going to talk too much about the actions that Harvey Weinstein took in these assaults. The Variety article, and Elizabeth Wagmeister does a great job. She does a lot of reporting on the Britney case as well. You can go read it in Variety. She does a great breakdown. We're going to talk about the gross stuff that they had to talk about. Because all of you in the chat are like, fucking disgusting. But imagine being this lawyer. Imagine being this lawyer. Numerous women accusing Harvey Weinstein of sexual assault have testified about his medical condition. They had to see pictures. The jury had to see pictures. Now, the courtroom was closed, but they had to see pictures. But there is a DA who had to argue about Harvey Weinstein's balls in closing argument. Not just Harvey Weinstein's balls, but Harvey Weinstein's deformed balls in closing argument with a straight face. Because this is a very serious case. The things that he is accused of and is on trial for and has been convicted of in New York are horrendous. But also balls. So I'm sorry, all of you, that you have to talk about this. Look, the jurors had to see them. The public did not see them, the photos. Everyone else didn't see them. So we're going to talk about it for a moment. Chat, look, I have to know things. Y'all are going to know things. Skoda said this is hilarious and also karmic that now his balls are on display. Yes, because there is a consistency throughout the alleged victim's testimony regarding his abnormalities down there. So it became a central feature of trial. Now, could his attorneys have stipulated to that? Because his attorneys aren't arguing that the parties weren't uh didn't have that kind of engagement. They're arguing it's consensual. So the whole argument is this is consent. That is the entire argument from the defense. This is consent. And the DA is arguing this is not consent. This is sexual assault. And all of the women have been involved because they describe the things the same. So for those of you saying how abnormal, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Don't Google. I'm just going to suggest you don't Google. I don't believe there are pictures of Harvey Weinstein's balls on the internet, but I do believe there are pictures of the medical condition that required him to have surgery. And we're going to talk about this article a little bit. All of you making the balls are in his court jokes, I appreciate you. The jury's having to deal with this testimony and this evidence. Maybe they'll come back today. Maybe they won't. Anika's like, do not Google. That's a warning for y'all. Look, I'm not telling you what to do. I am advising that perhaps there are some things that can't be unseen. That's all. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what's in this Variety article. Harvey Weinstein's genitalia has frequently been addressed in open court throughout his trial. But in the final hours of the case, the former movie mogul's abnormal testicles emerged as a key piece of evidence on which the jury will have to deliberate when they determine whether he is guilty of rape and sexual assault. During the trial, prosecutors revealed to the jury that Weinstein underwent surgery in 1999 for a condition which required doctors to remove some of his scrotum. That surgery caused pretty noticeable scarring because of an infection. His testicles were actually taken away from his scrotum and put in his inner thighs. The lead prosecutor, Deputy District Attorney Paul Thompson, told the jury at the beginning of the trial. That. Paul Thompson had to stand up in court and talk about Harvey Weinstein's testicles. They knew they were going to have to talk about the testicles. They knew they were going to have to talk about the testicles. So look, when I get asked why people are fascinated with courtroom drama, my answer is generally, you can't make this shit up. You can't make it up. You can't make up the things that happen in court. You cannot make up what happens in court. No, you can't. This is what happened in court. So I was like, friends, I Googled it. Don't do it. I gave adequate warnings. I have given adequate warnings. Adequate warnings. This was not what I expected. Look, this is the first time this has been described in the media. I did not ask my friends that know more about this case. I did not ask. I didn't want to know. I truly didn't want to know. But now that I know, we're all going to know together. I didn't want to know. This was more detail than I expected. I knew there were abnormalities. I knew that this was a frequent topic that came up throughout this case because it is something that every single one of the accusers detailed. So Lisa said you should have warned more. I warned so much. Wendy said new meaning of getting the tea. Yeah, this is definitely the tea. So anyway, yeah, this was the focus of, so I don't know. Maybe we've moved back into the public shaming days of trials, but here's the thing. If he is acquitted, well, he's already been convicted in New York. So even if he is acquitted here or the jury hangs, this information is out there and it's never going back. John G, because I do that. And because I'm ADHD. It's okay if it's not for you. It doesn't have to be. So, in October, the jury was shown pictures of Weinstein's private parts and sifted through an envelope of images in a private room in the courthouse. Members of the public and media were not given access to view the photos. That's appropriate. Now, as deliberations have begun, the verdict on 3 charges, all pertaining to Jane Doe 1, will largely rely on Weinstein's genitalia. And then it goes into detailing that, and it goes into detailing the testimony. It goes into the arguments about whether her testimony changed and about what engaging with him up close and personal was like, and about his anatomy. So there's that. Then I'm just going to tell you what Jane Doe 2 said, and then we're going to move on. Jane Doe 2 testified that Weinstein groped her and pleasured himself in front of her in 2013, and that his penis was disgusting. It looked like it had been chopped off and sewn back on, like something just wasn't right about it. Governor Newsom's wife described it as fish-like and distorted. So that's what came up in testimony. The jury's deliberating, and that's where we're at. So Variety has been covering this thoroughly. Elizabeth Wagmeister has been covering it. I think she's been sharing it over on Twitter as well. So those are the descriptions of the Weinstein accusers. We will see what the jurors do. This was a long trial, so I generally give the jurors, especially when there are multiple victims, multiple counts, I give them, a day and a half per week of trial, unless they really just fucking hate him, and then they're going to be back. Well, they would have been back yesterday. Could they come back while we're live? Possibly could. So with that, it's time to determine our new slogan. So we're going to go to Twitter first, and then we're going to go over to YouTube, and we're going to do our new segment. We got to talk about some cheesy things, because we all need the serotonin boost, and then we will talk about Taylor Swift and Ticketmaster. So let's go and see what you guys decided on the YouTubes. We're going to go to that poll first, because did I say we were going to Twitter first? I digress. We all need a look. We all need a minute. We all need a minute after that, because bleh. Chad is asking for a link to the Weinstein article. Not a worry. Here is the link. We can put it in the description as well, and I will put it in the chat as well. So let's add that in the description, and I'll put it in the chat. We're going to definitely fluff our auras, but there's the article. It's got some more graphic details. I mitigated some of those graphic details. Of course, Rob has popped in now that we're talking about putting testicles in somebody's thigh. Welcome, Rob. We're keeping it classy here this morning. Good to see you in the chat. I just imagine being the prosecutor trying to argue that, yep. Ugh. Just ugh. Ugh. Final countdown, new segment name. We're at food court 38% with 26,000 votes. I think culinary court is in second, and then served and sous chef are tied in third. Let's see what we got from, I need to change my pin tweet. This is from last year. I need to put in like my other socials like everybody else is doing. Let's see. Food court 31%, culinary court 25, served at 19, sous chef at 22, with 4,000 votes. So that's what it is, y'all. We have a winner. Food court. We're going to have to come up with a catchy little stinger for food court, but food court is what the winner is. Food court. Do you know the DA that is arguing this? Got any more tea from him? We have a lot of mutuals, but I do not know Paul personally. So they've been in trial. I have not asked. I do know very well that the prosecutors we should maybe not share this. the prosecutors are inclined to retry Masterson. They have not gotten approval yet, but they are inclined to retry Masterson is my understanding, and I can imagine why they would be. So we will see if we get a retrial on the Masterson case, but I think that we might get a retrial on the Masterson case. It's just us here. It's just us here. All right, let us move to food court. It's time for food court. We definitely need to cleanse our palates with food court because I mean, all of you were like, there's no palate cleansing. I've fucking lost my appetite. Apologies. I'm sorry. All right. Let's talk about this real quick. Where is my, oh no, Emily, where's your folder? Here it is. Food court time. We just need the whole lawsuit. We need the whole ass lawsuit. All right. It's always fucking Florida. Sorry, Floridians. But some of the members of your state I just wonder, is it the attorneys or is it the people in Florida? So we're going to have a food fight in the food court. It's time for food court. It's time for food court. I should swoop. It's time for food court. Hi, I am your chef. We're going to be talking about ridiculous food cases. That's one of my favorite things. A woman sues Kraft claiming Velveeta macaroni preparation time is misleading. Also, how is it not just the Kraft mac and cheese? Why is it the Velveeta mac and cheese? I don't know. I imagine it's the microwave ones. This is a first look, so we're going to be talking about it. That's not what we're talking about. Wait a second. Mac and cheese is the ice cream you never thought you'd need, and now it's hard to get. It shouldn't be a thing. Why is that a thing? What? Okay. A Florida woman is accusing Kraft Heinz of misleading advertising based on the time it takes to prepare a single serving cup of microwavable mac and cheese. While the company markets its Velveeta shells and cheese as being ready in 3.5 minutes, Amanda Ramirez said that's only the amount of time each cup needs to be microwaved. The actual preparation process, from stirring in water to letting the cheese sauce thicken, takes longer. You have to put water in it. And then stir it, and then you have to let it sit. A 15-page class action lawsuit, we're getting to that, filed earlier this month, alleges that parent company Kraft Heinz sells more of the product at a higher price than it would if it didn't mislead customers about the prep time. Okay. Sabetti is like, is this real life? This is what's happening. Allison asked, is that a TARDIS on the shelf behind you? Yes, there's more than one sprinkled back there. Suing for what? Misleading advertising. As a result of the false and misleading preparations or representations, the product is sold at a premium price, approximately no less, let's be precise, approximately no less than $10.99 for 8 2.39 ounce cups, excluding tax and sales. Well, if you didn't want them conveniently packaged in the cup, buy the box and make it and then package it into cups yourself. Higher than similar products represented in a non-misleading way, and higher than it would be sold for absent the misleading representations and omissions. How do you even fucking determine that? Ramirez's legal team says that she, like many customers who seek to stretch their money as far as possible when buying groceries and choose Velveeta over similar products because of the prep time prominently promised on its label, she wouldn't have bought it had she known the truth. Ma'am, you wouldn't have bought it if you knew you had to put water in it and let it sit the second it came out of the microwave. Mac and cheese is approximately the temperature of molten fucking lava when it comes out of the microwave. It's like a goddamn Hot Pocket. If you don't let it sit, you are going to eviscerate your taste buds, and then you'd probably sue over that. Are you kidding? So it takes 4 minutes. How long does it take you to pour water? That, yeah, your user, you may vary. I mean, if you have to go outside and get water versus having water in the kitchen, I don't know. I don't know. Your mileage may vary on this one of how long it takes you to put water in a cup. Did this person also sue over cup of noodles? You have to let it sit for a minute, or it's not good, or it's approximately the temperature of the sun. Our court system is so overwhelmed with so many cases. And yet, this lawsuit seeks more than $5 million in damages. You know who's going to get those damages? The lawyers. Do you know how much money the people in this class are going to get? This is going to be like, you've been part of the Velveeta class action lawsuit. Here's your check for $1.37. Because if they get anything, we know what the lawyers take. Say it with me, everybody. We know what the lawyers take. Costs first. No, fees first, then costs, then leftovers go to the class, however many people are in the class. The lawsuit seeks more than $5 million in damages and looks to cover consumers in Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Utah, New Mexico, Alaska, Iowa, Tennessee, and Virginia who purchased the mac and cheese cups during the applicable statute of limitations period. It says there are more than 100 such customers since the product is sold online and in stores across the country. I bet you the macaroni also isn't made with 100% Italian wheat. Sorry, that's a callback to the Berea lawsuit. The Kraft Heinz company called the lawsuit frivolous. You think? Do you think they ran that statement through PR? There's a guy on TikTok who I absolutely love. He's like, you've got legal. No. What? No. So imagine, hey, legal, we have a lawsuit. Are we misleading customers by saying that the macaroni, when it goes into the microwave, takes 3.5 minutes to prepare? Because they're saying that we have to put in the entire prep time and not just your time may vary. I though wonder if lawsuits like this are going to make the meal prep boxes change their languaging to not like it's not 30 minutes. It's, how fast do you chop a vegetable? I don't know. If you have to chop a bunch of vegetables, you might be fast, you might be slow. I don't know. So it's approximately I think we're going to start seeing some more equivocation in things. Anyway. Anna's like, I saw that guy too. This is what I hate and love about TikTok. What I hate about TikTok is I cannot remember creators' names, except for Elise Myers, because I love her. But I don't remember people's names. I remember what they do. It's like, oh my God, I remember you've got legal guy and the blue cardigan guy, who I think is Adam Rose, and others. I remember their shtick, but I don't always remember their names because the stuff goes by so fast and they don't chat with you the way we chat here on the YouTubes. Anyway, they called the lawsuit frivolous and will strongly defend against the allegations in the complaint. While some might be quick to dismiss the case as cheesy. Thanks, NPR. Ramirez's team says it's important to hold corporations accountable in all forms. Will Wright, one of Ramirez's lawyers, told NPR over email that he's gotten some flack about the case. Deceptive advertising is deceptive advertising. The lawyer's getting shit from who? From other lawyers, perhaps. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that this lawyer has gotten some shit over this case, because there is a difference. There are levels to these things. Was anyone harmed in this deceptive advertising? Were you harmed? Were you harmed by having to put water in it? There are a lot of people that may feel this is just a little fibbing. I don't even think it's fibbing. If you microwave it for 3.5 minutes, isn't that what it is? There are people that might feel like this is a little fibbing. I don't even think it's that, and not really a case. And I get that, he wrote, but we are striving for something better. We want corporate America to be straightforward and truthful in advertising their products. Who's suing Balenciaga? Who's suing that? Who's suing that? He added, my firm also represents clients in what most would say are more compelling cases, arsenic and baby food, etc. But we don't feel corporations should get a pass for any deceptive advertising. The consumers deserve better. The consumers also deserve to use their common sense. It's a matter of trust, the lawsuit says. Velveeta's claim that a cup of mac and cheese will be ready in 3.5 minutes is false and misleading because microwaving is only one of several necessary steps. The lawsuit says there are 4 steps listed in the directions on the back of the package. Remove the lid, add cheese sauce pouch, add water to the fill line and stir. Microwave for 3.5 minutes and stir in the cheese sauce, which the instructions note will thicken upon standing. You will scorch the fuck out of your mouth if you try to eat it directly out of the microwave. Therefore, the lawsuit says the product couldn't possibly be ready for consumption in a mere 210 seconds, and the label would only be accurate if the snack took 3.5 minutes to microwave. But it does take 3.5 minutes to microwave. Therefore, the lawsuit says the product couldn't possibly be ready for consumption in a mere 210 seconds, and the label would only be accurate if it said the snack took 3.5 minutes to microwave. So they're saying this is cook time. They're saying they should use cook time. So they're saying you need to say cooks in 3.5 minutes instead of ready in 3.5 minutes. Is that, are we fighting over cooks versus ready? I think we might be. And it's very possible the Kraft sustains their lawsuit on this and changes it anyway. It adds that Ramirez believed Kraft Heinz was accurately representing its product in part because it's a trusted company known for its high-quality products, honestly marketed to customers. Defendants' representations and omissions regarding the product went beyond the specific representations on the packaging as they incorporated the extra labeling promises and commitments to quality, transparency, and putting customers first that it has been known for. In fact, the lawsuit says Ramirez fully intends to purchase the same product again when she can do so with the assurance that its representation are consistent with its abilities, attributes, and or composition. No, I'll buy it again. I'll buy it again. But I need to know that that the representations about its abilities, about the abilities of the mac and cheese, about the ability of the water to cook the mac and cheese in 3.5 minutes is accurate. Chat P. Calander said she's going to freak out when she finds out that Velveeta isn't actually cheese. Next lawsuit. I think Velveeta's been sued over that labeling. I think it calls itself cheese food, or cheese-like food. Until then, it adds, she is unable to rely on the labeling and marketing of not only this microwavable mac, but other similar products that claim they will be ready in a specific amount of time, because she is unsure whether those representations are truthful. This has shaken her trust in the world. It's unclear where Ramirez's case will go from here. Wright believes its most likely scenario is that Kraft will file a motion to dismiss no shit, which his team will oppose, he says. The judge will let us know how he feels about our case. Ramirez is working with a lawyer known for his food marketing lawsuits. Another member of Ramirez's legal team is Spencer Sheehan, a New York-based plaintiff's attorney who in recent years has filed hundreds of lawsuits alleging misleading claims in food advertising markets. This is a lawyer looking for a problem and not a problem that's harming consumers. This person is not harmed. Look, there are things that companies do that harm people. There are plenty of those. Plenty. I'm going to hasten to say that you having to put water in your mac and cheese before it goes into the fucking microwave isn't what's harming you. So this lawyer, in recent years, has filed hundreds of lawsuits alleging misleading claims. There are lawyers who do this. Look, everybody gets their bag. There are lawyers who this is their strategy. There are lawyers who will go around and find if the counter at Subway is too high or too short, and those are all the lawsuits they file. Same with Chipotle. There are lawyers that will say food lawsuits are my bag, and I'm going to go file every single one. Every single one. As NPR has reported, Sheehan files at a rate of about 3 such lawsuits per week. And his prolificity has almost single-handedly caused a historic spike in the number of class action lawsuits against food and beverage companies, up more than 1,000% since 2008. So maybe inflation's not really the problem. It's this dude. Maybe this is why food costs more. Is Sheehan the problem? I have questions. Sheehan has filed over 100 suits alleging various products from soda to soy milk marketed vanilla. Wait, I read that badly. Sheehan has filed over 100 suits alleging that various products from soda to soy milk market vanilla products that actually use synthetic vanilla and or other flavors, either in addition to or instead of the more expensive vanilla bean. Some of his other recent lawsuits including Frito-Lay not using enough real lime juice in its hint of lime Tostitos chips. Leave the fucking hint of lime Tostitos alone. They're delicious. They're delicious. They're delicious. And alleging that Kellogg misrepresents the amount of fruit in its strawberry Pop-Tarts. A federal judge dismissed it earlier this year. Many of his cases get quote-unquote voluntarily dismissed, presumably settled, rather than go to trial. He's just milking food companies then. Sheehan told NPR last October, I guess I've always been the type who would become annoyed and never liked it when companies cheated people for small amounts. It would be difficult to recoup. Mr. Sheehan would like to speak to your manager. I'm gonna cover the Pop-Tart case. Oh, I'm gonna cover the Pop-Tart case. The Pop-Tart case is on my list. The Pop-Tart case is on my list. Yep, we'll get to the Pop-Tart case. I now want to go run his cases and see what else he has sued over. I wonder if he did the Trader Joe's tuna lawsuit, because there's a huge Trader Joe's tuna lawsuit. We're gonna look at this lawsuit and then we're gonna go to Taylor Swift because look, can we file class actions against Ticketmaster? I'm harmed. I'm harmed by Ticketmaster. I am harmed by Ticketmaster. I am not harmed by Velveeta. What's the Pop-Tart case? Somebody sued Pop-Tarts saying they don't use enough strawberry to be counted as strawberry Pop-Tarts. Something like that. He's a Karen. Mm-hmm. And this is why people hate lawyers. Yes, Ryan, this is why people hate lawyers. This is why people hate lawyers. This is why people hate lawyers. He is looking for a problem and then finding a plaintiff versus the other way around. Different than somebody is harmed and goes to a lawyer and is like, I have been harmed by this thing. Can we make it right? So I know people love to dunk on the McDonald's hot coffee case, but someone was substantially injured in that case. Different. Someone was harmed. Is this woman harmed because it takes her 5 seconds to put water into a cup of macaroni and cheese before she pops it into the microwave? Get a stronger microwave. I don't know. Yes. Everyone who's been personally victimized by Ticketmaster, put an F in the chat for Ticketmaster. Where's Rob? Rob said, don't dunk on the McDonald's coffee case. That was legit. That was legit. The McDonald's coffee case, people do dunk on it. The McDonald's coffee case needed to be brought. The McDonald's coffee case was a problem. And people dunk on it all the time. They're like, oh, someone sued McDonald's because the coffee was hot. It's like, that's an oversimplification. The coffee was damaging and outside of regulations. And again, fair. Thank you for putting an F in the chat for everyone who's been victimized. Pop-Tart lawsuit blasphemy. Oh, we'll cover it. Look, here's my intention. My intention is not just to cover U.S. food lawsuits. I don't normally branch out to other foods, but there are other countries that don't consider Subway bread. We need to talk about it. Is there enough tuna in Subway tuna to be constituted as tuna? We need to talk about it. Trader Joe's got sued over tuna. We need to talk about it. Today, we're just talking about cheese. We've gone from hot dog on a stick to macaroni and cheese, and we're going to get to one other lawsuit that I'll touch on, and then we'll deep dive it another time. But we've got another cheese lawsuit brewing that just had a big development. Factual allegations. Kraft manufactures, labels, markets, sells microwavable single-serve cups of mac and cheese represented as ready in 3.5 minutes under the Velveeta brand. What's the definition? Hold on. What's the word ready mean? What's the acceptable definition? All right. Ready. Completely prepared or in a fit condition for immediate action or use. Well, to make ready to prepare, the state or condition of being ready, but from dictionary.com, completely prepared or in fit condition for immediate use. They are going to fight this on this technicality. On this technicality. Is it completely ready? Not cooks in 3.5 minutes, ready in 3.5 minutes. Are we going to split hairs? Yes. Yes, we're going to split hairs on this. All right. I just wanted to see the dictionary definition of ready. What's ready? Velveeta, ready in 3.5 minutes. It sure does say that. It sure does say ready in 3.5 minutes. So when we go with the dictionary definition, they're going to argue ready means completely prepared or in fit condition for immediate use. And because it takes 3.5 minutes to cook, it cannot be perfectly ready in 3.5 minutes because you have to put water in it and take the lid off and squeeze in the cheese. Fucking hell. The statement ready in 3.5 minutes is false and misleading because the product takes longer than 3.5 minutes to prepare for consumption. According to the directions on the back of the packaging, there are 4 steps in preparing the product. Remove the lid. I'm buying this and we're going to do this together. Remove the lid. Add the water. Microwave. Stir in cheese. Microwave on high 3.5 minutes. So it cooks for 3.5 minutes. But it's not ready in 3.5 minutes. Okay. Oh, the Red Bull case is on it. The Red Bull case is on the list. It's a little bit of an older case, but the Red Bull case is on it. Yes, you have to fold in the cheese. Well, of course you have to stir in the cheese pouch. Cheese sauce pouch. Not cheese pouch. Cheese sauce pouch. First, consumers must remove the lid. The fucking horror. The horror.
The horror. The horror. You have to remove the lid.
Then you have to add water to the fill line in the cup.
And you have to stir. What do they expect? Me to do things? Why doesn't it stir itself? I'm not buying this until it stirs itself. Third, microwave uncovered on high for 3.5 minutes. Do not drain. Do not drain. Finally, stir in the contents of the cheese sauce pouch. Defendant then notes that cheese sauce will thicken upon standing. Do not reuse cup. Keep kids safe. Avoid burns. Cup and contents will be very hot. Very hot.
Jabber said new TikTok challenge. Can you complete the Velveeta mac and cheese in 3.5 minutes? Oh my goodness. Consumers seeing ready in 3.5 minutes will believe that it represents the total amount of time it takes to prepare the product, meaning from the moment it is the moment it is unopened to the moment it's ready for consumption. Yeah, it's going to have to stand for like 2 minutes or you're going to burn your face off because it will be hot as molten lava. That cheese sauce will be molten lava hot. However, I have a package. However, the direction, I want to know what package it is. Here's the thing: when my Amazon device, when my A-word device bings at me, here's the ADHD. We're going to take a quick sidebar for a moment. I ordered something last week that I saw Melissa Urban using on Instagram, and I was like, I need that immediately in my life. I need that immediately. So I put the 2-day shipping, but then it didn't ship out for like 4 days, and I was like, but I put the 2-day shipping. But it didn't like get to the delivery, which I understand. But in the ADHD world, I'm like, if I think something in my brain, there's times where I need it to drop into my lap now, especially when it's connected to a new habit, because I need to start now or I will lose motivation by the time the thing arrives. The amount of planners I've gone through that way. It's like, I need this now. And then it takes like 4 or 5 days to arrive. And I'm like, I'm over it. I've moved on. I need it when I'm in the motivation. All right. Let us continue with this lawsuit. The directions outlined above show that 3.5 minutes is just the length of time to complete one of several steps. I can see a court going with the literal meaning of ready. And the court saying, look, let a jury decide. A jury might nullify this and say this is fucking stupid. We understand that ready and cook time are synonymous. And we're using it synonymously. But this consumer is like, I don't use cook time and ready synonymously. Cook time means cook time. Ready means total time. And I'm standing my ground. This might not get dismissed immediately, which makes my heart sad. Becky said, we're struggling at Amazon night right now. We're all getting sick AF. It's going around, Becky, and it's not, I don't blame Amazon at all. I blame my ADHD. Maybe it's Amazon's fault for breaking me and giving me things overnight. And they're like, here, we can deliver this to you immediately when you think the thought in your brain. But you know, I can go back in time to when I would actually have to go get the thing myself. It didn't just show up. She wants it donated, not pledged. Yes. It's pledged. It's pledged cook time. It's synonymous. But I could see a judge saying, look, it depends on a reasonable consumer's definition. What's a reasonable consumer's definition of ready? Does ready mean cook time or does ready mean the entire time? The label does not state the product takes 3.5 minutes to cook in the microwave. Mark it down. This is going to say cooks in 3.5 minutes. They're going to change this. Even if they win this lawsuit, I imagine they're going to change it just so they don't have to fuck with it again. Law number, the disrespect of having to go into a store. I know. It's rude. It's rude. I might never recover. I hate this. I could see this going forward. Here's why. I can see a judge saying, what's a reasonable consumer believe the word ready means? We're going to fight over the word ready. What does ready mean? Somebody said poll time. It is. It's time for a poll. It's time for a poll. Let's put up a poll. Hold on. Let me formulate the question because good questions give us better answers. Can you use ready and cook time synonymously? No, that's a terrible poll. Hold on, Megalina. Don't do that one. Does ready mean, and then the answers are cook time, total time. That's a better poll. Does ready mean cook time or total time? So, let's see. Ready, like when your significant other says they'll be ready in 5 minutes. Rob, stop trying to incite violence in my chat. I'm that person. Dr. B, are we ready? Yeah, 5 minutes. But I'm ADHD, so I'll also tell people, no, I'm on my way. I haven't left my house yet. If I'm on the way and I'm delayed behind a tractor, I haven't left my house yet. Though I do get delayed behind tractors. So let's put up a poll. What does ready mean? What is the meaning of the word is? Consumers seeing ready in 3.5 minutes will believe it represents the total amount of time it takes to prepare the product, meaning from the moment it is unopened to the moment it's ready for consumption. Look, man, I never believe when it says ready in this amount of time that it's immediately ready for consumption. I always believe it's when you take it out, you're going to have to let it sit. You will burn your face off. So, Jamie says ready in food prep time is always approximate. One Stormy Cat says my mic cooks it in under 3 minutes, so it is ready to eat in 3.5, which is also fair. Microwaves with higher wattages are going to cook. So we're going to do a poll because here's the thing. While we all might want to deride this lawsuit and call this lawyer a Karen and be like, this is stupid. Could someone say, I was deceived? Do I think there's any actual harm here? No. But could a judge say this needs to go to a jury because what does the word ready mean? That could happen. That could happen. I'm lost on the ready for consumption, though. I always think it needs time to cool. However, the directions outlined above show that 3.5 minutes is just the length of time it takes to complete one of several steps. Yeah, it's the cook time. The label does not state it takes 3.5 minutes to cook in the microwave, which would have been true. Cooks in 3.5 minutes. If this keeps going, this lawyer's going to get paid for this. Consumers are misled to expect the product will be ready for consumption in a shorter amount of time than it takes to prepare. Defendants sold more of the product at higher prices than it would have been in absence of this misconduct. Are you starting to recognize this argument? This is the argument made in the Berea lawsuit. Look, the reason that they sell so much pasta is because it's labeled #1 pasta in Italy, but it's not Italian wheat. So they're selling more at a higher price because they're misleading through deceptive practices. Or they're selling more Texas Pete hot sauce because, I need to go get it and put it in here. The Texas Pete's going back here. They're selling more Texas Pete hot sauce because they think it comes from Texas, not New Hampshire. So they're selling more of the product because they're misleading the customers. But are the customers really misled? And where does caveat emptor come in all of this anyway? As a result of the false and misleading representations, the product is sold at a premium price at approximately no less than $10.99 for 8 to 0.39 ounce cups. Look, it's always more expensive when you buy the ready-to-go shit. Always. Excluding taxes and sales. Higher than similar products represented in a non-misleading way, and higher than it would be sold for absent the misleading representations. All right, y'all. We got to talk about, there's the class action representation. Florida Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Act is count 1. Violation of the State Consumer Fraud Acts is count 2. Count 3 is false and misleading advertising. Breaches of express implied warranties. You promised me. You promised me.
You promised me it would be totally ready in 3.5 minutes, and I have to stir it, and I have to put water in it, and I have to let it thicken. The fuck?
That's what that's about. Negligent misrepresentation. Bad on you. Fraud. It's a lie. Unjust enrichment. You've made more money because of your lie. Damages. We want damages. We want it to be class certified and we want damages. This complaint is part of ClassActionDocs.org's searchable class action lawsuit database and can be found in this post. Velveeta mac and cheese cups not ready in 3.5 minutes as advertised, class action says. I like the advertising attached to the end of the lawsuit. The hustle is real. The cheese is a lie, just like the cake. The cheese is the lie. The cheese is a lie. You know what other cheese is a lie? We're going to do one more cheese is a lie, and then we're going to talk about Taylor Swift because I have to. And if we need to deep dive into this other cheese is a lie suit, we will. We will. But not today. I've pulled the lawsuit, but we're not talking about it today. We're just getting into the overview. Maker of TGI Fridays mozzarella sticks sued for containing no mozzarella, just cheddar. I'm fucking scandalized. I am scandalized. I should have swooped. I am scandalized. Scandalized. Maker of TGI Fridays mozzarella sticks sued for containing no mozzarella, just cheddar. A judge agreed to let TGI Fridays off the hook in a class action lawsuit that claims a TGI Fridays branded mozzarella stick snack is misleading because it contains no mozzarella cheese, but also ruled that the lawsuit can proceed against the food's manufacturer. The lawsuit was filed in federal court in 2021. I have the lawsuit, we'll cover it. And against TGI Fridays and snack manufacturer Inventure Foods over their snack product, TGI Fridays mozzarella sticks snacks. These are the ones in the freezer section. Yeah, this annoys me. Yes, I'm annoyed. I'm also annoyed. Look, when we're talking about deceptive marketing, I'm like, wait a second. If you're selling me mozzarella sticks and they're actually not mozzarella, I've got actual questions. So when we're looking at the cheese lawsuits on a scale of mac and cheese to mozzarella sticks, I'm actually more angry about the mozzarella sticks. Like, I get this. I actually understand the rage. So TGI Fridays cheddar sticks. So the judge excused TGI Fridays from the narrative. TGI Fridays was like, we would like to be excluded from this conversation, please. And the judge was like, okay. Joseph claims the product is misbranded and misleads consumers into believing it contains mozzarella cheese. They're called mozzarella sticks. Why would a consumer assume anything other than that? They're called mozzarella sticks. I assume it's fucking mozzarella. Joseph claims the product is misbranded and misleads consumers into believing it contains mozzarella cheese when in fact it only contains cheddar. How was this tested? Federal judge Robert Dow Jr., not Robert Downey Jr. Damn it. I'm sorry, Judge Robert Dow. The law nerds might rename me Robert Downey Jr. It's not out of disrespect. It's just my brain. The federal judge denied motions from both defendants to dismiss the case this week, but granted TGI Fridays' motion to be removed as a defendant because he found that the restaurant chain's only role in the product was as a licensor. So they licensed their name to this other company to sell them as TGI Fridays cheese mozzarella sticks. While plaintiff makes wide-ranging allegations in her complaint about TGI Fridays' role in the creation of the product, the product's packaging, and the complaint show that TGI Fridays is only a licensor of the mark, wrote the judge in the memorandum on Monday. Dow argued that the company licensing its trademark to appear on a product is not enough to make it liable for any misleading advertising. Joseph, an Illinois resident, said she purchased a six-pack of the product on Amazon last year, mistakenly believing that the sticks would contain mozzarella because the listing didn't provide a description of the ingredients. The product is labeled Mozzarella Sticks Snacks and featured an image of what appear to be mozzarella sticks. The back label specifies the sticks contain no mozzarella, but Joseph said she would have so reasonably believed that the product contained mozzarella given the prominence of the word mozzarella sticks and her reasonable understanding that mozzarella sticks by definition contain mozzarella cheese. This is not a crazy thing to think. You all in the chat are like, why not just call them cheese sticks? I don't know. If I want a mozzarella stick, I want it to be mozzarella-y. Attorneys for Inventure Foods, inventing what? Inventing mozzarella out of cheddar, maybe, have alleged in court that Joseph is a serial class action plaintiff who's filed numerous suits in Illinois over the last decade and argued that Joseph cherry-picked only one part of the product's labeling. So they're alleging that this is a serial plaintiff. Have they ever sued over cereal? But if this is a serial plaintiff, what else is this plaintiff sued over? Because it looks like they might be the same plaintiff in the Trader Joe's tuna class action. And now I want to see what all of this plaintiff's food lawsuits are. I'm going to go look at the other dude's food lawsuits and this plaintiff's food lawsuits. And food court is maybe just going to be these two people for a while. Because now I want to know what else has been sued over and what has happened. Dow's ruling this week means the case will proceed solely against the company that made the food. We are pleased with the judge's ruling. The judge agreed with us that the claims in the lawsuit have merit. The case should not be dismissed. Joseph's lawyer, Thomas Zimmerman Jr., said to USA Today in a statement, we intend to proceed against the food manufacturer on behalf of a nationwide class of purchasers of TGI Fridays mozzarella sticks. Okay, we need to just. I need to see a picture of the packaging. Look, here's the thing. I'm shocked that this is just being covered in the news like today. But All of these things say mozzarella sticks. Like a lot. TGI Fridays mozzarella sticks. Those look like mozzarella sticks. They say they're mozzarella sticks. How long do they take to prepare? 6 to 8 minutes. Look, there's a range there. Look, they say they come with let's see what the ingredients say. It says on the back cheese sticks, part skim mozzarella cheese, wheat flour. Well, this one says it has mozzarella cheese in it, so now I've got questions. Part skim mozzarella cheese, wheat flour, and a bunch of other crap that eggs and garlic and spices. So these have mozzarella, or at least say they do. It says on the side, real mozzarella cheese coated with a crispy garlic seasoned panko breading. All right, are these not the right ones? Let's go see. There's another product. No, Emily, go pull up the lawsuit and see if there's a picture in the lawsuit. That's better. Let's see. Where is the complaint? Let's see if there's a picture in the complaint. We'll deep dive this later because we got to move on and talk about Taylor Swift. So I'm going to zoom and see if there's a picture of the offending. I need to see the offensive mozzarella sticks. No. Lawyers everywhere. Look, can we just take a minute? Lawyers that are filing these. Put pictures in your lawsuits. It makes it way easier to cover them. Pictures. We want pictures. Let's see. Not a single picture of the offending sticks. Where are the offensive sticks? This is a fucking long class action. Why are we so many pages? How many pages in are we on this damn thing? This is so many pages. We're going to have to do this a separate day. But where are the offending sticks? Why is this so long? 66 pages. Good God in heaven. All right, let's see if we can find where it describes them. I think I saw that it said that it was the sticks in the bag. I didn't say dick in a box. I said sticks in a bag. Let's see. No, it does not say. Let me zoom back up to all the way to the top. I'm very curious about this one too, because look, if the mozzarella sticks don't have mozzarella, we got a problem. They're labeled mozzarella sticks. They should actually have mozzarella in them. I want to get to the factual allegations, not the class allegations. We're zooming on the mouse. All right, here we go. We'll do a deep dive later. Mozzarella cheese is lower in calories, sodium, fat, saturated fat, and cholesterol than most other cheeses. Maybe you don't want to lean in with the health properties of a fried cheese stick. I'm just saying. When I am looking for a fried cheese stick, I'm not thinking this is a health food. I'm thinking this will go squeeze. I'm not going, this is going to be lower in saturated fat. It's a fried cheese stick. I'm not. Okay. Mozzarella cheese also contains bacteria that act as probiotics. Does that happen still if you fry it? Including strains of Lactobacillus casei, and Lactobacillus fermentum. Both animal and human studies show that these probiotics may help improve gut health. Is this what they're leaning into? Are they leaning into cheese sticks or a health food? Because look, man, I understand the misleading. I understand that if it is supposed to be mozzarella, it can't fucking be cheddar. I get it. But leaning into this as a health food is going to be a problem for me. Smitty Cat said mozzarella sticks. Sounds like it. Callista said the probiotics do not survive the frying. Right. Jeez. One study of adults found that Lactobacillus fermentum significantly reduces the duration of respiratory infections. Thus, mozzarella cheese sticks are a health food. No, that's not what it says. Here's what it does say. Thus, mozzarella cheese may strengthen a person's immune system and help fight infections. We're talking about fried mozzarella cheese sticks, though. Like, if If it's not actually mozzarella, we have a problem. But can we please not argue that the mozzarella cheese sticks are going to strengthen your immune system? Can we please not put that in here? Or maybe we go the other direction with this, and I'm going to get in my car and go to Sonic after this stream and get me some healthy mozzarella cheese sticks at Sonic, because they come out and they go wee, or at least I think they're mozzarella, and just enjoy that, and just enjoy some fried cheese. And my husband's going to be like, "Are you going to Sonic?" And I'm going to be like, I need to boost my immune system. And didn't you know that a fried cheese stick was apparently the way to do it? You are not here for health advice. Isn't pizza classified as a vegetable? I think so. Bacteria is killed in the frying. Yeah, everything's killed in the frying. Food. I can't that this is the lead-in. I just can't that the lead-in is this is going to help fight infections. And there's footnotes of studies. I can't. Food products that are represented as containing mozzarella cheese command a premium in the marketplace. We're not talking about a caprese salad here. In addition, companies increase sales when they represent that the product contains mozzarella cheese. Mozzarella sticks are a popular snack food. Yes. As made clear by their name, mozzarella cheese is the defining ingredient in mozzarella sticks. Agreed. Indeed, a simple Google search for the term mozzarella sticks. Wait, we're relying on Google in our legal pleading? Indeed, a simple Google search for the term mozzarella sticks reveals dozens of recipes for mozzarella sticks that require the use of mozzarella cheese. What? There are recipes for mozzarella sticks, and all of them include mozzarella cheese. Indeed, a simple Google search for the term mozzarella sticks reveals dozens of recipes for mozzarella sticks that require use of mozzarella cheese. As a prominent example, the Food Network's website contains a mozzarella stick recipe from celebrity chef Giada De Laurentiis, which calls for the use of mozzarella cheese and only mozzarella cheese. Footnote 9. Giada is like, leave me the fuck out of this. Leave me the fuck out of this. There's a link. The Food Network mozzarella sticks available at, and there's a link to the Food Network recipes. But it's not a hyperlink because this has been removed, so it's a mess. In other words, the term mozzarella sticks is commonly used in modern society. It refers to food that features mozzarella cheese as its primary ingredient. Yes, I agree with that. Food labeling requirements, and then they get into like, it needs to say what it is, which I agree with. The food needs to tell you what the food is. Defendants mozzarella sticks. Defend your mozzarella, motherfucker! Defendants individually and acting jointly, collectively, and in concert together distribute, advertise, market, and sell a food product known as TGI Fridays mozzarella sticks. Defendants individually and acting jointly, collectively, and in concert together direct, control, and participate in manufacturing and packaging of the mozzarella sticks. As part of that direction, control, and participation, defendants individually and acting jointly, collectively, and in concert together determine and are responsible for the ingredients contained in each package of mozzarella sticks. Defendants individually, legal stuff, are responsible for textual and graphic content on the packaging of the mozzarella sticks. We know that TGI Fridays is yeeted from this already. But this is supported by the fact that, one, the textual graphic content on the packaging of the mozzarella sticks is copyrighted by TGI. It's probably also trademarked and is used under a license by Inventure. 2, TGI Fridays is a registrable trademark. Oh, there it is. 3, mozzarella sticks are distributed by Inventure. Each product of mozzarella sticks contains standardized labeling created and developed and authorized by defendants. The front of the packaging is the same. The front of each package prominently displays the words mozzarella sticks. As noted above, the term mozzarella is commonly and customarily used to refers to food that features mozzarella cheese as the primary ingredient. Fair. Based on the foregoing, a reasonable consumer would understand the packaging of mozzarella sticks as representing that mozzarella sticks contain mozzarella cheese. CEG, Bell versus Publix supermarket. Publix, what were you doing? Deceptive advertising claims should be taken into account. Should take into account all the information available to consumers in the context in which the information is provided and used from the perception of a reasonable consumer. That's what we were just talking about with the other one. I'm way more offended by mozzarella sticks that doesn't have mozzarella in it than I am by mac and cheese that takes time to cool. Contrary to defendants' representation that the mozzarella sticks contain mozzarella cheese, the mozzarella sticks do not contain any mozzarella cheese. Outrage, just rage. Instead, they contain cheddar. In addition to defying the common sense proposition of that a food called mozzarella sticks would contain mozzarella cheese, the mozzarella sticks labeling runs afoul of several FDA regulations. You have to tell people what's in the food. Since the breaded snack food contains cheddar cheese is not reasonably encompassed within the commonly understood definition of what constitutes mozzarella sticks, the term mozzarella sticks is confusingly similar to the name of another food. I want a picture. Let's see. The mozzarella sticks label, however, contains no mention of the fact that they are imitation mozzarella. In light of the foregoing, the label is misleading. I can understand that. I just need a picture of the label. Prior to purchasing the mozzarella sticks, plaintiff and members of the class were repeatedly exposed to, saw, read, and understood defendants' misrepresentations that these were mozzarella sticks. But there's no picture. I want a picture of the mozzarella sticks. These mozzarella sticks. In January 2021, plaintiff purchased 6 bags of mozzarella sticks on Amazon.com. The retail purchase pay. Were we getting ready for the Super Bowl? The purchase price was $22.95, and plaintiff paid that amount to purchase the mozzarella sticks. Hold on. The bags were different. I saw the bags on Google. We're Googling bags. I need bags of sticks. These are the bags. The bags are different marketing. I don't know where. These are the bags. Those are different, but there's no other product. Hold on. Let's see if I can find one that has the back label. Oh, Amazon. Let's go to Amazon. We're looking for mozzarella sticks. I need to know. TGI Fridays. Mozzarella sticks. It's literally what comes up after gift card. Oh, nope. Where are the bags of mozzarella sticks? All right. We found the bags of sticks. These are $21.99. We saw the bags of sticks. And let's see. Does it have a picture of the back? It doesn't have a picture of the back. It only has a picture of the front. It does say mozzarella stick snack. No picture of the back labeling anywhere on Amazon, which is, kind of a fail. Let's see if these have a picture of the back. None. Oh, this one has a picture of the ingredients. Hold on. Oh, nope. What? These look different. These say TGI Fridays mozzarella snacks, corn snacks. Are these mozzarella flavored Cheetos? I think these are mozzarella stick flavored Cheetos. I think these are chips. What the fuck? These are not. Why does that exist? The link in the lawsuit has a picture. Okay, let me go find the link in the lawsuit that has a picture instead of searching around on my own. I do not see the picture. I want the picture to be in the lawsuit. Which link? Thank you, Miguelina. Wait, no, those are the chip ones that we just looked at. Those are the wrong ones, but thank you. We were trying to find it. I don't know why there's chip ones. I wanted the lawsuit to have the picture of it. Maybe they do elsewhere, but it should be in here. Anyway, they are arguing that the mozzarella sticks are made of cheddar. And as we're Googling this, I'm just seeing the news media pick this up. So USA Today from 4 days ago, but also WJLA from 12 minutes ago, the Daily Mail from a day ago. Let's see the picture the Daily Mail picked. So the Daily Mail is using this photo. Let's see if there's another photo of the back. Nope. These are the ones I thought. Mozzarella cheese sticks, snacks, original flavor, baked. Okay. So, you know, if there's no photo of the back, I might need to order these off of Amazon too. I might need to order these and see. Oh, mozzarella sticks snacks, 25% more cheese. All right, we need to talk about Taylor Swift though. We will come back to exploring this. This is on our docket now. We're not getting rid of it. This is on the docket and we are in it. Sorry, we're in it. I am deeply invested in these mozzarella sticks. And I want to know if these mozzarella sticks in the boxy box here are different than the ones in the bag. Like, are they produced by a different underlying food producer so that the food producer who produces them in the big bag is different because they're using different labeling of TGI Fridays. This is a different logo than the ones in the bag. So I'm going to have to do more research because I need to know. I need to know more about the mozzarella sticks in the bag if they haven't already been taken off the market, which might be why they are a little bit more difficult to find. So, oh, wait, Walmart has them. Ha. Walmart doesn't have a picture of them either. All right, these are somewhere, but we will have to find them. We will have to hunt them down, and they will have to be from that food manufacturers. But I'm sure we can figure it out. But I'm sure TGI Fridays is very excited to be excluded from the narrative. We're going to move on to Taylor Swift. But on our level of food lawsuits today, what does the word ready mean? Reasonable consumers may differ. Let's end our poll and see what we think. But does mozzarella mean cheddar? No, mozzarella doesn't mean cheddar. Mozzarella doesn't mean cheddar. Mozzarella never means cheddar. Mozzarella means mozzarella. I think that's a fair thing to sue over. And I bet the other food lawsuit dude who didn't get this one is pissed. He's like, how did I get stuck with the fucking mac and cheese one and not get this one? If it's actually cheddar, this is a problem. What does ready mean? 4,000 of you voted. Ready means total time 51%, cook time 48%. You know what that is? That's a jury that cannot come to a decision. I Twitter DM'd the link to the right ones. Okay, let me go take a look real quick. And then we're talking about Taylor. Then we're talking about Taylor Swift. Then we're talking about Taylor Swift. All right. Thank you so much for sending these, Sharon. This is perfect. This is exactly what we were looking for. Law nerds, you're the best research attorneys on the internet. Thank you. Hold on. We need some beats. Let's see. Let's take a look at these. Are they really mozzarella sticks? The Inventure Group TGI Fridays mozzarella stick snacks in the bag says they're baked and has a picture of the back label. All right. Let's see. Are we done with the music yet? I'm not. All right. Turn it down a little bit. Hold on. That's gained up a little more for me. Nutrition facts, because these are apparently a health food. Cornmeal, soybean oil, and or sunflower oil, whey, salt, cheddar cheese. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Tag team back again. Check it to wreck it. That's not fucking mozzarella. Cheddar cheese. Inventure Food Group. What the fuck? What the fuck you doing? Sharon, thank you so much. What is this? This is not okay. I am angry. Whey, salt, cheddar cheese, milk, cheese cultures, salt, enzymes, glutamate, buttermilk powder, maltodextrin, natural and other flavors, yeast of various kinds, lactic acid, all the other things. Well, there's the offending mozzarella sticks. I'm going to have to save this link and make sure that we have this. Hey, lawyers, put pictures in your lawsuits. It makes it much more fun for us to cover. Mozzarella sticks, original flavor. These are the baked ones that are supposed to have pull-apart cheese. Unless these are the chips. I assumed these were the melty ones. that you bake. Are these the chips? Because I don't see cooking instructions, but the other side is cut off. I don't see cooking instructions on these. So they're chips, not melty, which is also confusing. So if these are chips and not the melty ones that you cook, then WTF? So are these mozzarella stick original flavor like Cheetos? So no, everybody's like, no, they are chips. Some of you are like, they are frozen. They are chips like Cheetos. I think these are chips. Mozzarella sticks snacks, original flavor. So these are mozzarella stick flavored Cheetos? Cheetos? Ugh. What? So they are puffed cheese sticks, the chat is saying. Okay, I need to order some of these. We just need to figure it out. We're investigating. We need to investigate. I will investigate. It explains why she bought so many bags, though. Hold on. It explains why so many bags were purchased in the lawsuit. It does explain that. So these are not the melty cookie mozzarella sticks. These are mozzarella chips, mozzarella stick food product chips. I'm less offended. I'm less offended that they're using apparently cheddar cheese to flavor it, but it still says mozzarella cheese, and I still think they have a very strong argument. Those say mozzarella stick snacks. I would assume there's mozzarella in it too. I absolutely would. So, if she bought the 6-pack, she got chipped. That makes sense. But also, use mozzarella, not cheddar. Use mozzarella, not cheddar. Cheddar cheese. The fact that they look like mozzarella sticks makes me want to air fry them, but then they're chips. So I can't I'm so fucking confused about why this food exists. So when I thought the chips are the wrong one, I was wrong. The chips are the right one. I'm wrong. These are chips. These are not the cooking mozzarella sticks. The whole lawsuit calls them mozzarella sticks. When I read the lawsuit, look, all of this reporting is deceptive. When I read the lawsuit, when we were talking, I assumed the squee ones. Wait, they're expecting to get all the health benefits of real mozzarella, like buffalo mozzarella, from a Cheeto? What? I'm even more confused. We're coming back to this on Thursday. We're not done with this. I have research to do. Brian, we need chips. I have research to do. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We are going to get to the bottom of this Thursday on Food Court. What the fuck's up with these mozzarella chip things? This is Thursday. We have to talk about Ticketmaster. We have to be outraged about something else. We have to direct our righteous anger of law nerds at Ticketmaster, because I promised I would, and we're almost 2 hours in, and I still have to record a podcast today, so we have to zoom. It's time to talk about Taylor Swift. We will come back and talk about whether mozzarella means cheddar on Thursday, but we are going to have to research that more. We're going to look at the reporting on this, and then we're going to go take a look at the lawsuit itself that I've pulled. Taylor Swift fans say Ticketmaster debacle violated California law. We're going to have to do a whole deep dive into Ticketmaster. This is an overview. Here's why. There is action going on in Tennessee over this, about whether Ticketmaster violated laws in Tennessee. It's being investigated here. I know the feds have been involved, and now we have the first class action lawsuit regarding it. I think we will see more. Of these. This is coming from our friends over at Law 360. Taylor Swift fans say Ticketmaster debacle violated California law. It might have. A group of Swifties says, look, I'm adding to the article. A group of Swifties is going to take down Ticketmaster. That's what's going to happen, and I'm here for it. A group of Swifties says Ticketmaster should face civil penalties and fork over damages after the Eras ticket sale disaster, claiming in a suit filed Friday that the company violated California antitrust laws in its quest to take every dollar it can from the captive public. Facts. These are allegations, but facts. Lawsuits are allegations and shade, but do we believe that Ticketmaster is in a quest to take every dollar it can from a captive public? Yep. Look. I was trying to go see and got to go see Dave Matthews February 2020 before, we were like, when the world ends, on Leap Day, February 2020 in Vegas at the Chelsea Theater. It was fucking glorious. It was a small show. They played beach ball. I cried. It was incredible. The disaster that was surge pricing with Ticketmaster the day that the fan club tickets went on sale, the warehouse tickets went on sale, was such an ever-loving disaster that most of us ended up getting pushed into the resale, which they also get a huge chunk of, depending on where you're getting the resale from. They're like, oh, there's a lot of people that want these tickets, and the pricing just surged. It was absolutely ridiculous. But also, what are you going to do? There's nowhere else to go get tickets. You can't go to the venue and buy tickets. You have to buy them through Ticketmaster. There's nowhere else to get them. I don't know what I did, but I did something. Okay, there we go. The 26 fans say, you're going to find more people. I hope they put a link to join the class if y'all want to join the class. The 26 fans say Ticketmaster employs an anti-competitive scheme in which it forces fans to exclusively use its services to purchase tickets, and therefore can set prices that are above what a competitive market price would be. I mean, the market will bear it because people are paying it is the problem. Ticketmaster also forces concert goers to use its secondary ticket exchange when reselling tickets, according to the complaint filed in Los Angeles County Superior Court. It's not file stamped, according to The Verge. And I grabbed it, but it's not file stamped yet. It'll probably be file stamped today. This allows Ticketmasters to charge fees and rake in profits that it wouldn't be able to earn in a competitive market for secondary ticket sales. Defendants' anti-competitive behavior has substantially harmed and will continue to substantially harm Taylor Swift fans and the rest of the world, as well as competition in the ticket sales market and secondary market. The Swifties suit, thank you for calling them Swifties. The Swifties suit is the latest headache for Ticketmaster and Live Nation in the wake of their chaotic rollout of tickets for the tour in mid-November. The ordeal was reportedly riddled with service interruptions and price hikes, and Ticketmaster eventually canceled the public ticket sales for the tour altogether. Late last month, the Senate Judiciary Subcommittee on Competition Policy, Antitrust, and Consumer Rights says it plans to hold a hearing examining the lack of competition in the ticketing industry. Pearl Jam said that. A problem that Senator Amy Klobuchar in Minnesota said was made painfully obvious when Ticketmaster's website failed hundreds of thousands of fans. Klobuchar and other Democratic senators have urged the U.S. Department of Justice to consider unwinding Ticketmaster's merger with Live Nation. Y'all approved it, though, if it uncovers misconduct in a reported ongoing investigation. State enforcers are also already publicly investigating Ticketmaster's ticketing practices because they're all pissed that they couldn't get tickets for their kids. Everybody. According to Friday's complaint, Ticketmaster has agreements with stadiums in every city on Swift's tour, the only venues big enough to hold concerts of the size. Major artists such as Swift have no choice but to work with Ticketmaster, the fan said. And Ticketmaster has expanded into the secondary ticket market, choosing to make additional profit from scalp tickets rather than cracking down on scalpers, they said. That the resale is a whole thing. Ahead of the pre-sale for Swift's tour, Ticketmaster promised a registration process that would guarantee a level playing field without racing against bots for ticket access. That's not what happened. However, the system quickly collapsed. Thousands of fans who went through the verification process for pre-sale were sent codes that didn't work or were not sent codes at all, and non-verified users, such as scalpers and bots, were also given access to the pre-sale. That's a mess. This meant that Ticketmaster didn't have enough seats to meet demand for the number of codes distributed, and it allowed tickets to be resold during the presale as if they were at face value negotiated by Swift's management, the fan said. Ticketmaster also allowed seats intended for individuals with disabilities to be sold without verification of disability or need, thus depriving individuals who actually need those seats, according to the suit. Millions of fans waited for up to 8 hours and were unable to purchase tickets as a result of insufficient ticket releases and other issues similar to the prior presale. All of this is a violation of California antitrust laws. It goes on to say Ticketmaster has allied with stadiums to enrich its dominance and harm consumers in California and across the United States. The fans are seeking unspecified damage and Taylor Swift tickets. Disgorgement, restitution, civil penalties of $25,000 per each violation, maybe by seat. Ticketmaster and counsel for the fans didn't immediately respond to requests. Respond to requests. We have questions. Let's go take a look at the lawsuit. We have questions. Respond. We have questions. We have questions. Not the first Taylor Swift lawsuit I've covered on the channel for sure. We covered the Evermore cases. We need to get back to the Shake It Off case. It's been a minute. We need to go check in with what's happening with the Shake It Off case. But for now, these are the Swiftie cases. With all of the plaintiffs here, 26 plaintiffs against, well, Ticketmaster, Live Nation Entertainment, DBA Ticketmaster. Plaintiffs, all of them are suing. This case concerns the anti-competitive conduct of Ticketmaster to impose higher prices on music concert attendees in the pre-sale, sale, and resale market. This included Taylor Swift fans, which led to ticket sale disaster. The ticket sale disaster.
The great ticket sale disaster of 2022.
It was a fucking mess. I saw y'all in the chat because we were covering Daryl Brooks live, and I saw y'all in the chat. Some of you were in line 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours to try to get tickets and didn't. Swift fans, which led to the ticket sale disaster that occurred on November 15th, 2022 and November 16th, 2022. The disaster continued with the cancellation of general sale tickets scheduled for November 18th, 2022. Based on information and belief, Ticketmaster has effectuated this anti-competitive scheme by forcing fans of musicians to exclusively use Ticketmaster for pre-sale and sales prices, which are above what a competitive market price would be. Ticketmaster has also forced attendees to exclusively use Ticketmaster's secondary ticket exchange platform, i.e., the platform Ticketmaster operates for the resale of tickets. Defendants have undertaken this anti-competitive conduct for the purpose of obtaining service fees. The service fees to deliver a digital ticket, I tell you what. Defendants have undertaken this anti-competitive conduct for the purpose of obtaining service fees and profits that they could not earn in a competitive market for secondary ticket sales, referred to herein as the secondary ticket services market. Defendants' anti-competitive behavior has substantially harmed and will continue to substantially harm Taylor Swift fans, as well as competition in the ticket sales maker, and secondary, I think that means market, and secondary market. Taylor Swift and Taylor Swift Management, a global superstar and AMA's most awarded artist of all time, contracted with Ticketmaster for venues regarding Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour. This tour is her first since the pandemic. Loverfest, her 2020 tour, was previously canceled due to the vid. And as one of the most, if not the most iconic artist in the world, millions of fans attempted to purchase tickets for the tour. Based on information and belief, Ticketmaster controlled registration and access to the Eras Tour tickets. Ticketmaster announced registration for the Taylor Swift tickets presale during November 1st through 9th. This announcement guaranteed a level playing field without racing against bots for ticket access. This announcement was, you'd think they would be able to shut down the bots. I don't think they want to. This announcement also announced preferred access to participate in the sale as a Loverfest verified fan. In order to access the sale, registration was required via the same Ticketmaster account as the Loverfest purchase. So if you purchased tickets for the previously canceled tour, you would get priority access. That makes sense. Based on information and belief, defendants' unlawful conduct caused harm in the secondary ticket sales market. Defendant had been active principally in the sale of primary first sale Taylor Swift tickets in the primary market. Ticketmaster has made agreements with the stadiums in every location on the tour. They're the only venues able to hold concerts large enough. Yes. Because artists like Taylor Swift have to go through Ticketmaster, their fans do as well. This means virtually all major music concert ticket sales in California and the United States go through Ticketmaster's primary ticket platform. Ticketmaster has also expanded into the secondary ticket market for years. Scalpers, Ticket One. I prefer the term reseller, but they're going to use the term they're going to use in this lawsuit. Their footnote says ticket scalpers buy tickets to performances, not to attend the performance, but to resell the ticket later at an inflated price in order to make a profit. Resellers. I mean, that's retail arbitrage of tickets. For years, resellers have been a problem in the secondary market. Ticketmaster has taken steps to address this issue, but in reality has taken steps to make additional profit from the resold tickets. Ticketmaster forces purchases of tickets from its site to use only Ticketmaster's secondary ticket exchange for the resale of those tickets, then gets higher fees paid by fans who have no choice but to pay for the right to use the ticket exchange. By doing so, it has strived and succeeded in removing competition from the primary and secondary markets, right? You have to go through their shit to repurchase tickets or to trade tickets, because once tickets went digital, they have a much easier way to hold on to it. Sandy A said, I had Loverfest tickets. It took 7.5 hours before I got in to buy and didn't get tickets. That sucks. Jenna said, today is their birthday. Happy birthday, Jenna. Happy 33rd birthday. Question. Is the surge charging only done in the United States? I've never seen it when buying tickets in the UK. I have no idea. The UK might have stronger regulations about it. Molly, how is this not a monopoly? That's a great question. Ticketmaster has violated Ticketmaster had previously violated the term. Look, I am not the best when it comes to proofreading. You know what I would do? I would hire someone who is the best, who's not me. Because this is a lawsuit that is going to be read by literally everyone. Can you just make it easier? Ticketmaster had previously violated the terms of its merger with Live Nation in 2019 after it had retaliated against concert venues that chose ticketing companies other than Ticketmaster. I need more information about that, but that's for the deep dive. Ticketmaster has continued this behavior despite increased judicial scrutiny. The central components of Ticketmaster's scheme are as follows. First, stadium venues contractually require the resale of concert tickets to be effectuated only through Ticketmaster's secondary ticket exchange. These venues have enforced and continue to enforce this requirement. Ticketmaster continues to allow resellers to buy up tickets over buyers who actually plan to attend the performance. Ticketmaster allows transferring tickets, but buying tickets this way means the buyer needs to send a ticket reseller money and hope they aren't being scammed to get a ticket. Because of how risky buying resold tickets outside of Ticketmaster is, Ticketmaster has left itself as the only real choice for buying tickets. On November 14th, 2022, verified fans of the Taylor Swift Tickets presale were sent a code as well as a link via text to the cell phone associated with Ticketmaster registration. The text encouraged login via desktop over cell phone. Based on information belief, thousands of verified fans were not sent codes or sent codes that did not work. On November 15th, 2022, millions of verified fans had received codes and were unable to purchase tickets. This was the result of excessive distribution of codes and the addition of 14 million non-verified Ticketmaster users that were allowed access to the presale. How did that happen and how do they know it? Ticketmaster also offered a presale of Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour tickets via email for Capital One card holders. The link associated with this sale opened to Ticketmaster. The same registration was required. The last 6 digits of the card would be used as the code for ticket sales on November 16th at 2 p.m. local venue time. Millions of fans waited up to 8 hours and were unable to purchase tickets as a result of insufficient ticket releases and other issues with the presale. Ticketmaster advertised a general ticket sale on November 18th. They then canceled it. Ticketmaster intentionally and purposely misled Taylor Swift Tickets presale ticket holders by providing codes to 1.4 million verified fans with the option of purchasing 6 tickets each to 3 venue locations. Ticketmaster did not have enough seats to meet the demand this number of codes would require. Ticketmaster intentionally provided codes when it could not satisfy demand. Ticketmaster intentionally and knowingly partnered with Capital One for presale and advertising tickets, released less than 10% of the venue's seating capacity for this sale, resulting in millions denied access to even a single ticket. Ticketmaster intentionally and knowingly allowed resellers and bots to both ticket sales. knowingly scheduled a general ticket sale knowing they wouldn't have enough tickets. Let's see what else. Ticketmaster intentionally, knowingly, and oppressively required signatures on a waiver that the purchaser was not provided adequate time to read, complete, or negotiate. This is illustrated in the millions of fans making multiple failed attempts to ticket checkout to finish the purchase because tickets have been removed from their basket without adequate time to check out for the purchase of tickets. That's a fair complaint. Ticketmaster knowingly allowed tickets to be removed from purchase baskets / order before being allowed adequate time to review the waiver, release, and complete the purchase. That's a fair complaint. They allowed bots and resellers to remove tickets from a fan basket without being allowed adequate time to complete the sale. Allowed ADA compliant seats to be sold without verification of disability or need, which is a fair complaint. They're saying this violates California antitrust laws, jurisdiction and venue, the parties, and then they have all the different parties all over the place: Utah, Alabama, Arkansas, Arizona, California, Colorado, Georgia, Massachusetts, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Texas, Virginia are where the plaintiffs are from. Ticketmaster is a wholly owned subsidiary of Live Nation. They've got Doe defendants. They're going to add first cause of action, breach of contract. It'll be interesting to see how that goes with the offer for sale of the pre-sale. Second cause of action, intentional misrepresentation. That's fair. Did not give everyone a code that was entitled to. Codes didn't work or were being denied. Interesting to see. Fraud. That's a big question. What are they alleging is the fraud? Engage in the above behavior with the intent to defraud the plaintiffs. One of the ways buyers such as plaintiffs could be verified was by spending a certain amount of money on the official Taylor Swift merchandise. I don't know about that. Ticketmaster made out that spending enough would get a buyer a code. Oh, what? One of the ways buyers such as plaintiffs could be verified was by spending a certain amount of money on official Taylor Swift merchandise. Ticketmaster made out that spending, that's a weird way to say that. Ticketmaster, that's a weird way to word that. It sounds like they're trying to say that Ticketmaster, in connection with Taylor Swift, said if you spend this much on merch, you'll get a code. Ticketmaster made out that spending enough to get a buyer a code that they would have a fair chance to get a ticket. This sentence is awkward as fuck. Ticketmaster made out that spending enough would get a buyer a code and they would have a fair chance to get a ticket. Neither statement was true, but misleading. But by misleading plaintiffs, Ticketmaster was able to get buyers and many plaintiffs to buy merchandise. But were they buying it through their website? Were they buying it through the website or through Ticketmaster, or were they buying it through Taylor Swift's website? I got questions. Ticketmaster had an agreement with the merchandise sellers and benefited from the additional money. How do you know that? Ticketmaster benefited from their misleading the buyers of the canceled Loverfest tour. That's fair. By making promises to those buyers. I mean, those should have gone first, and they should. The way that Dave Matthews did it was people were guaranteed tickets to the new one, to the new tour, and they got tickets. Like literally, if we were at this venue, here's your ticket for this venue. Just give them tickets and then sell the remainder. That's what other bands have done. By making similar promises to these buyers, which included some plaintiffs, Ticketmaster was able to appease any issues these buyers and plaintiffs had with Ticketmaster's handling of the prior tour. I don't know about that. Ticketmaster made promises without intent to perform. That's a fair criticism. I want to know how Ticketmaster benefited from the merch sale. Fourth cause of action, fraudulent inducement. Plaintiffs reallege all the above. Plaintiffs are informed and believe that plaintiffs' claims against Ticketmaster are actionable. Plaintiffs sustained damages proximately caused by Ticketmaster. Antitrust violations. Ticketmaster coordinated illegal acts and efforts to force ticket holders to use Ticketmaster as their exclusive provider of the secondary ticket exchange services, monitor and enforce compliance with their restrictive policies, exclusive market, and promote. Ticketmaster has achieved and will achieve no legitimate efficiency benefits to counterbalance their demonstrated anti-competitive effects, including the foreclosure of competition in the secondary market. Ticketmaster's conspiracy to monopolize the second ticket services market, illegal exclusive dealing arrangements, monopolization of the second ticket services market, and other illegal acts. I'm most interested really in that, truly, in how Ticketmaster has swooped up and how the digital ages let Ticketmaster swoop up the resale market as well. So they have no incentive to stop, bought purchases of tickets for resale because they're making more money off the resale anyway. So they can be like, oh, well, somebody bought it at face value. Who, I don't know, but it got onto the secondary market. There were tickets on the secondary market for resale before the pre-sale was done. It was wild. Unlawful tying. First antitrust claim. Ticketmaster's conduct is in foreclosing competition in the secondary ticket market for Taylor Swift tickets constitutes an illegal tying agreement in violation of California Business and Professions Code. I'm interested to see more about that. Ticketmaster possesses substantial market power over the sale of Taylor Swift and other touring musician tickets in the primary market. For those seeking to purchase primary tickets, there's no other option but to make them through Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster and all venues part of the Taylor Swift upcoming tour have agreed to and do mandate that all Taylor Swift tickets sold in the primary market is not resold in the secondary market other than through Ticketmaster's secondary ticket exchange. Ticketmaster has actually canceled or threatened to cancel tickets in other cases unless the ticket holders agree to use Ticketmaster's exclusive secondary ticket exchange services. Why aren't they listing what those are? List what they are. List who Ticketmaster's exclusive secondary ticket exchange services are. Name them. Because we all know when we're buying on the secondary market where we're buying through. So who are the official ones? That's what I want to know. Ticketmaster has also previously revoked or threatened to revoke its continued sale of primary tickets to season ticket holders who are identified as reselling their primary tickets through the secondary exchange outside of Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster is tying the sale of Taylor Swift tickets sold in the primary market to their secondary exchange. And they're arguing that that's anti-competitive. I can understand why. If you're only allowed to resell it in one place, then you're kind of screwed. On the day of the presale, it became clear that getting tickets during the presale would be the only real way to get tickets from the primary ticket market. Without engaging in the tying agreement Ticketmaster had with the prior tour or the merchandise, it would have been impossible for non-verified buyers to get tickets. With 1.4 million codes allowing a buyer to get up to 6 tickets, there were not going to be any tickets left after the presale. Even if the sale of Taylor Swift tickets had gone as planned, buyers were being forced to pay additional fees just to have a chance to buy tickets. There are no legitimate business justifications, violation of the California Business and Professions Code. As a result of the illegal tying agreements, plaintiffs have been and will continue to be injured in their property in an amount not presently known. Second antitrust claim, exclusive dealings. I mean, it's fair. Ticketmaster currently controls 70% of this market of primary and secondary sales. Ticketmaster's high market share, as well as its agreement with concert venues, has given it extreme power. While a small percentage of concert venues use other providers, for most Californians and Americans, Ticketmaster is the only provider available. Facts. I haven't bought through not Ticketmaster in ages, unless it is a very, very, very small local venue, and we buy it just from the local venue. But most venues, especially on tours like this, Ticketmaster is the only option. Third antitrust claim, price discrimination. Fourth antitrust claim, price fixing. Here we go. Ticketmaster's conduct of allying with resellers and venues has amounted to price fixing. Horizontal price fixing involves competitors allying to set one price for any product, commodity, or service throughout any agreement, or service through any agreement to raise, stabilize, or otherwise affect prices. This agreement does not need to be formalized. This agreement has allowed Ticketmaster to raise prices above what it would be able to do otherwise because Ticketmaster has competitors like SeatGeek charge ticket prices at the same cost as Ticketmaster, it prevents buyers from being able to find a cheaper alternative. The only way prices could stay this high for both Ticketmaster and its competitors is through an agreement between them in violation of the California antitrust laws. So they're saying they are price fixing across markets. Ticketmaster, this could have been written much more impactfully. This was not written for media consumption, or not well written for media consumption. This could have been written with a lot more punch, because I think there's a lot more to say about Ticketmaster here. Ticketmaster has controlled the resale of tickets bought through it, yes, and the digital age has allowed them to do that. You can't just take a physical ticket and hand it to someone anymore, or take money and hand them a ticket. So having the digital footprint there allows them some of this price fixing that didn't exist before, or didn't exist as easily before. And I would love to see some acknowledgement of that in this lawsuit. Ticketmaster forces buyers to resell on its platform. Ticketmaster controls what prices the buyer can resell at. This prevents the price of tickets from falling and forces new buyers to pay higher prices under dynamic prices. If Ticketmaster did not do this, it might decrease the number of people willing to pay for the monopolistic priced dynamic pricing tickets. They have defined, and we've zoomed, but I have not seen them define dynamic pricing anywhere else in this lawsuit. Fifth antitrust claim, group boycotting. Ticketmaster is also beholden to the agreement it had with the Justice Department, forbidding it from threatening concert venues with losing access to its tours if those venues decided to use ticketing providers other than Ticketmaster. This agreement has been extended to 2025. Despite this agreement, Ticketmaster has continued to engage in group boycotting, where competitors ally together to boycott any specific entity. Ticketmaster has gathered to a group boycott with competitors like SeatGeek in its relevant market to refuse to conduct business with any competitor that does not conform to Ticketmaster's demand. Ticketmaster does this through its monopolistic size and power, as well as its collusion with other concert venues. Any competitor of Ticketmaster that does conform to its demands, does that mean does not? Any competitor of Ticketmaster that does conform to its demands will be barred from doing business with most, if not all, large concert venues. Well, if it conforms, why would it be barred? This has been done to both inflate prices and prevent new competitors from entering the market, all to Ticketmaster's benefit. The Ticketmaster-led group boycotting is a violation of California law. Sixth antitrust claim, market division scheme. Explain to me the market division scheme. Ticketmaster is engaged in a market division scheme by which it has divided customers into certain regions with its competitors. This is a violation of antitrust. Ticketmaster has monopoly power, but it still has smaller competitors. It has specifically carved out small territories to give to competitors like SeatGeek in an attempt to hide the level of monopolistic power and control Ticketmaster has. In exchange for giving SeatGeek territory, Ticketmaster has made SeatGeek set prices at the same high price as Ticketmaster. This allows those competitors to set high prices and not actually compete with each other. There are no pro-competitive benefits to this arrangement, hurting consumers. Sixth cause of action, violation of California UCL section 17200. Ticketmaster has additional unfair practices to make it difficult for ticket holders to sell their tickets on competitive secondary ticket exchanges. Ticketmaster has done this by leveraging its position as the dominant ticket provider. As found by the Department of Justice, Ticketmaster has historically dominated the primary platforms or primary sale market and has maintained its dominance in this business by entering into numerous multi-year exclusive contracts with leagues, teams, and venues. Indeed, Ticketmaster's market power in the primary ticket platform service is evidenced by the high fees. The fees are fucking ridiculous. By the high fees that it has charged and continued to charge for primary ticket platforms. How much does it cost to deliver my digital ticket? Because the fees are so unhinged. Moreover, Ticketmaster's market power in primary ticket platform service is buttressed by high barriers to entry and expansion in this business, including barriers created by Ticketmaster's threats to enforce its multi-year exclusive arrangements or agreements. How could you be a ticket seller if all of the places are stuck in contracts with Ticketmaster? How do you even compete? Eliza said Ticketmaster is incentivized to encourage resales since they basically make double the money when scalpers buy and resell all on the same platform. Yep, because they get the fees multiple times. Ticketmaster has, for example, threatened action against StubHub, a much smaller competitor, for even approaching Ticketmaster business partners with offer to sell additional unsold ticket inventory, claiming that such overtures would constitute tortious interference with Ticketmaster's exclusive contracts. Specifically, Ticketmaster cautioned StubHub that, quote, "It has come to our attention that StubHub is approaching Ticketmaster clients seeking to sell our clients' primary tickets. As is well known in the industry, Ticketmaster's client ticketing contracts are generally exclusive and therefore contain contractual commitments by our clients to not sell primary tickets through any third party. Ticketmaster has likewise imposed contractual restrictions on its primary ticket platform contracts to preclude teams, leagues, and venues from distributing any of their ticket inventory via actual or potential competitors." Dave Tickets used to be StubHub in Irvine before Irvine Meadows closed, and now it's all Ticketmaster. Like it was years of StubHub, and then it changed. Specifically, Ticketmaster exercised its dominance in the primary ticket platform services by delaying the delivery of the electronic copy of the originally purchased primary ticket or the barcode associated with the ticket to the ticket purchaser. Ticketmaster has chosen to delay the delivery of PDF images and barcodes associated with the primary tickets until weeks or months after the ticket was purchased and only a few days before the event. This practice makes it extremely difficult for a primary ticket purchaser to resell his or her ticket in the competitive non-Ticketmaster secondary ticket exchanges. Indeed, the delaying of the delivery of these tickets or barcodes effectively bars the reseller from selling the ticket on a competitive secondary ticket exchange. This is because ticket purchasers are reluctant to purchase a ticket from a stranger with no brand recognition in a hope that the reseller will transfer the tickets weeks or months after the purchase occurs. That's a fair criticism. Look, they're not delivering you the ticket so that you can't just print it out and mail it to someone. Melissa said Taylor Swift didn't use dynamic pricing. That is not what I heard about this ticket sale. This ticket sale, I heard that there was dynamic pricing on these tickets by Ticketmaster. But I guess we will see what happens. Of course, Ticketmaster facilitates secondary purchase on its own secondary ticket exchange even before delivering the primary ticket. It guarantees that it will directly deliver the ticket to the secondary purchaser at the designated delivery time, likely a few days before the event, if a secondary transaction is made. StubHub and other competitive secondary ticket exchanges cannot provide its same direct delivery guarantee because they are barred from electronically integrating with Ticketmaster's primary platform. Ticketmaster's practice of delaying delivery of primary tickets has caused ticket holders to incur consumer harm and has caused competitive foreclosure to secondary ticket exchanges. That's a fair criticism. That's a very, very fair criticism. Another tactic in which Ticketmaster has engaged to leverage its dominance in primary ticket sales is an increased issuance of so-called paperless tickets. Oh, here we go. We've finally gotten to it. Yay! Here's the reliance on technology, allowing them to literally strangle people to buy tickets through them. Here we go. These virtual tickets allow entry to the event only upon showing at the gate picture identification and the credit card used for purchase. Transferring or reselling these tickets is only possible through Ticketmaster's exchange platform. According to the independent American Antitrust Institute, quote, "Instead of benefiting consumers, the trend favoring paperless tickets appears to be motivated by a desire of the dominant primary ticket provider to block out competition in the secondary market. These practices are unlawful. Ticketmaster also made deceptive and/or false statements intended to mislead consumers about the reliability of other secondary ticket exchanges." You could have leaned into this whole section of the lawsuit a bit more. Lay it out. Lay it out. Lay Ticketmaster bare. Mention it all. Lay it out. There is so much more they could have leaned into here. Lean in. Lean the fuck into this lawsuit. Spill all the tea we want to know. We're here to be angry about this. I try to go into lawsuits neutral. There's no neutrality on this one. Fuck Ticketmaster. I have zero neutrality. None. Ticketmaster has personally pissed me off, charging me fees on fees on fees for delivery of digital tickets, and they are the only option. So no, lay into them. Lay into them. Lay into them. It doesn't mean I won't tell you where this lawsuit is not doing well, but they raised some very valid points. Ticketmaster has made deceptive and false statements intended to mislead consumers about the reliability of other exchanges, the authenticity of Taylor Swift tickets sold on other exchanges, the ability of purchasers to obtain them on other sources. Oh, if you go buy them over there, you might not get your tickets. You're going to get scammed. It's all a scam. It's all a scam. I can see Ticketmaster doing that. Such unlawful, unfair, and deceptive practices are ongoing and continue to date. I need more facts. Discovery on this is going to be so long. I hope they get to discovery. Like, lay it bare. This is the prayer for relief. They're not going to put an amount on it. It's going to be under the codes for class actions. And then the relative fines for each violation. I want them to go by ticket. Charge them $2,500 per ticket that they sold under these practices. So here's the attorney's signature. It's interesting they didn't note their law firm, which is interesting to me. Normally you get all that stuff down below. So it would be here. With that, this was not drafted with a lot of spice. This was not drafted for the public, is my opinion. This could have been drafted with more spice. This could have been drafted more specifically for the public. It's interesting to me that the lawyer's email on this is ticketmasterlawsuit@gmail.com. which I get. Just I appreciate. Look, I'm here for it. But if you are going to use this lawsuit to go after Ticketmaster, it's preferred to make it a little easier for the public, and kind of lay out, especially in the fact sections, lay out what Ticketmaster is doing. Tell the story. This lawsuit has it buried in there, but it does not tell the story of what Ticketmaster is doing as a monopoly well. It could tell the story a lot better. Everyone wants to hate Ticket. I don't see anyone standing up for Ticketmaster. No one is coming to say, yeah, but Ticketmaster has a point here. Look, tell the story of what Ticketmaster is doing. Talk more clearly in the facts about how they are using technology to throttle the secondary market, about how could Ticketmaster deliver the ticket when you buy it? Yep. Why are they not doing it? I think it's a point well taken, saying, well, then you can't resell it. You can't print it out and resell it nearly as easily. Okay. Put it in the facts. Tell the story. So, sorry, mods. I know I'm calling Ticketmaster names and we have a no name calling policy. Ticketmaster sucks for me is not name calling. Ticketmaster is a monopoly for me is not name calling. And also Ticketmaster is a corporate entity and not a person. So when it comes to my no harassing people, we don't harass Ticketmaster, but we are going to say shame, for shame, Ticketmaster. And the government allowed this monopoly to happen and is now like, oh, huh, weird. Now you're concerned. Everybody told you this. Everybody told you this before the merger. And now you're all like, weird. You know why members of government care? Hopefully because their kids are Swifties and are saying, yo, what the fuck's up with Ticketmaster? Personal pressure on politicians. Personal pressure on politicians. They wanted to go to Taylor Swift too. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take the Swifties to take down Ticketmaster. So, do you care about Metallica and Napster, Emily? I did care about Metallica and Napster. I did. I understood Metallica and Napster. I understood why Metallica was mad at Napster. I get it. Artists should be paid. Artists should absolutely be paid. But artists have no control over who they use. If they're going on a stadium tour, they have to use Ticketmaster. That's it. They have no control over who they sell tickets with. None at all. So with that, we need to get to questions because I've been live for over 2.5 hours. To everybody who was like, what is this? What is this? This is just it. Nobody has an option. No. Peachy said Ticketmaster did not give Dobie a sock. Ticketmaster is the worst. So, Jen says artists are getting screwed by Ticketmaster and all the streaming platforms. I mean, artists don't have a choice. And the thing for me, one of the things that, as I'm definitely not an artist, but just as a person that has a community that I adore, not being able to control your community's experience is tremendously frustrating. It's tremendously frustrating when it's like, well, if you want to have icons after your name, we have to go through Google system and use it here on YouTube. If we want this benefit, we have to do this. And it's frustrating when you can't control it, because when I get emails like, hey, this thing happened, I'm like, I'm sorry, Google facilitates all of that. I have literally zero control over it. It is very, very, very frustrating. So Robin said, my ticket stub collection has not expanded since 2003. I want my ticket stubs. I know. I love my ticket stubs. I still get them when I get warehouse tickets with Dave Matthews. But when you don't get warehouse tickets, you don't. And it's frustrating. Is Ticketmaster also involved in the Astroworld lawsuits? Live Nation is. So yes, their parent company is in all of those. Yes, they are. So freaking Ticketmaster. Anyway, so here we just get to be mad at Ticketmaster together. You're all in good company. It's harder for me. Hi Hogue, good to see you. It's harder for me to be objective because I don't like Ticketmaster. However, I will tell you what I like about a lawsuit, what I don't like about a lawsuit, what legal arguments are strong. And in this one, probably like make this stronger here, because truly Ticketmaster pisses me off. That's where we're at. I'm always going to tell you how I feel. I also feel very strongly about mozzarella and cheddar cheese not being the same. So, that's where we're at. It's time to get to questions. I have questions. You have questions. We have questions. We're going to get to some super chats. And then I have to take a break, eat some food, probably not a mozzarella stick today, and then record a podcast. So we're going to FAQ around and find out. Mary Ellen said, I have all my ticket stubs in a jar. It makes me happy. I have a book that the warehouse sent that is, I don't think I can grab it. I don't think I can. Hold on. Maybe I can. Maybe I can. Maybe I can. Ugh. I'm in the middle of reorganizing this. And now my headphones are done. Now my headphones are done. I'm in the middle of reorganizing this, but wristband. The Dave Matthews Band warehouse. Oh my God. So all my tickets are not in here. Sent us a warehouse ticket book that is the size of their tickets. So I was in the middle of reorganizing my tickets, and then I had to stop. But we have all of the things. We have pit wristbands. I'm with you all. I love my tickets. And I miss them, and I miss them very much. But look, this is, what year is this from? This is 2002. Yeah, Ticketmaster. These are old warehouse tickets. These are Ticketmaster. So all of my pretty shinies, they're all Ticketmaster. Home Depot Center, this is... this doesn't say Ticketmaster on it, but it looks exactly the same as all the other Ticketmaster ones. It's branded for Home Depot Center. So it's just on and on and on. And though tickets have changed over time, I love that the warehouse still gives us our big, pretty warehouse tickets, because I still keep them. I have a few in my bedroom I need to go grab and put in here. Some of them are very wrinkled from being in my back pocket. But I also understand the problem with paper tickets. You can lose them, but you can also resell them much easier. You can just hand them to somebody. I love these warehouse tickets, man. They're always gorgeous. Every year is different. Every night is different. I'll stop talking about my love for the Dave Matthews Band in a minute. But these are the tickets I keep the most, though my husband and I have some of our offspring tickets elsewhere. I loved that this had my name on it. I was very excited about my ticketing lanyard. So anyway, now that we've done show and tell, Emily loves to keep her tickets. So I always keep my tickets. You know what I don't have? I don't have my ticket for my first Dave show, I don't think. I don't have my early 90s tickets, probably because I was drinking. I don't have my early 90s tickets. So I don't have my tickets from my first Dave shows, which makes me sad. Lawn Lumber, love The Offspring. Other than Dave Matthews, I've seen The Offspring live the most. They played at a small venue here in Nashville. It was it was just the greatest. It was a very Offspring crowd. It was a small venue. And like when you're standing in the crowd and you're like, hey, Dexter, and he looks down and he's like, hey, because you're just, it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. It was so good. So I need to find some of my old ones. We need a food court jingle. We're going to work on it. Now that we have a name, food court will get a jingle. Food court will get it. Hogue, I have no tickets to share with y'all. Hogue. Not even like Michigan football ones. Like not even Michigan football tickets. And I have some of my, we have some other tickets, but the Dave tickets all stay together in their own little book because I'm a nerd. I should have kept them. I have a movie ticket stub from like the first movie Dr. B and I went to go see together in like 1998. So I still have that somewhere. So we're going to answer some questions and yeah, today's been a whole day. Question, did you see that Avenatti was sentenced to 14 years? I did. I did not calculate how much time Avenatti has now been sentenced to, though I'm sure it's somewhere. I did see that Avenatti was sentenced to 14 years, and I'm not surprised. Look, man, Jen Shaw's got to be looking at these sentencing. It's going, oh my God. I want to see if there's any news on the Weinstein, jury. Let's see. I'm curious if there is. Did I go look at Twitter because it'll be first? Yes. Let's be more specific. What time is it there? It's not that early there because they're West Coast, obviously. I don't see any updated news. So, yeah. Well, I guess the jury is just still deliberating. Hopefully, I'm going to keep looking and then I'll put out a short and a quick bit on it later. Thank you all who tagged me in all of the different things for the for TGI Fridays and the snack sticks versus the mozzarella sticks. I appreciate you guys. The research attorney law nerds are the best. The tea is served at Baker's Food Court. It is the law nerd. It's the law nerd food court. The law nerd food court. Ohio Palm Mom says, I'm vegan and prefer cheese over Amber Heard. It's totally fair. I just started a job as a clerk in civil court. Wish me luck with judge allocation. Good luck. A happy judge makes all of the difference in the world in that kind of role. Emily said, I've been watching your videos religiously for 2 years now, and this is the first time I've caught a live. Don't apologize. Welcome, Emily. Sometimes the lives aren't at convenient times. Thanks so much for all the education and entertainment. You are welcome. Thank you for the kind super chat. Glad you are here. Awkward Aquarian, is Velveeta real cheese? Probably not. I think there's probably been lawsuits over it. I think it's defined as a cheese food. I think it's called like a cheese sauce or a cheese dip. I don't think it's actually called cheese in anything. Let's see what Velveeta's website says. It is supremely creamy. Yeah, it's a liquid luxury. It doesn't say cheese. It says Velveeta. It says relentlessly original, La Dolce Velveeta. It says supremely creamy, indulge in liquid luxury. I mean, it's just macaroni in a pot for me. Deliciously irresistible. There's a supremely creamy, oh so craveable Velveeta for everyone. It says cheese not fucking once. It does not say cheese anywhere. It does not say cheese anywhere. Our products, let's see. Does any of this say cheese? No, it's not going to. Dive into something delicious. You get to decide if that looks delicious to you or not. Velveeta products, shells and cheese, loaf, fresh packed slices, sauces, skillets, and bowls. So it does say shells and cheese. Let's see what it says on the packaging. Shell pasta and cheese sauce. I think it defines itself as a cheese sauce. This is a Velveeta loaf. They call it a fucking loaf. It's called a loaf. It's called a loaf. It is called a loaf. Pasteurized recipe cheese product. That does not say cheese. That says cheese product. Fresh packs. I don't know what that means. I'm curious if all of these say 3.5 minutes. Ready in 3.5 minutes. Packaging changes to be coming to you soon, I imagine. I can't believe they call this a loaf. What's a skillet in a bowl? It's like Hamburger Helper, but the Velveeta version. I've never seen that before. Ready in 20 minutes. It doesn't say about 20 minutes. It says ready in 20 minutes. I wonder if it's actually ready in 20 minutes. Cheese sauce with pasta. So all of it says cheese sauce. Sorry to take you all down the rabbit hole with me. But it's not a brick. It's a loaf. It is. Velveeta isn't a big thing in Canada. That's fair. You probably can't make any of the amazing like cheese curds and stuff out of it because it doesn't do that at all. We use Velveeta occasionally. Fresh packs equals 4-ounce packages. Cheese product. I mean, what would be the alternative to a loaf? A brick, I guess. A block. But it says loaf, which is strange to me. It's just strange. It's just strange. Bring on the Swift cheese. Just Bix. I still want you, Rob, and Hogue to briefly and jointly discuss the Julia Hart, My Unorthodox Life case from Delaware. It's been on my list forever, and I have not pulled the documents. Matt Bond, did you guys get the new Pokemon game? Matt Bond, we have been playing Scarlet and Violet at our household. I have not had time lately. G'day, my spiffy legal mumbo jumbo talkie friend. Thank you, Matt Bond. I have not had time to play lately. We have been too busy. There is a hot dog on a stick drive-through by my house. Oh, Ferrari, that would be dangerous. I'd be like, kids, we're getting hot dogs again. They'd be like, stop it, Mom. I enjoy hot dog on a stick. There were never any super close to me, which was always probably a good thing. It always felt like a treat, which is fun. Silja Set said hi from Finland and happy Independence Day to all the Finns in the chat. Hello, Emily. So happy to catch a live. Happy Independence Day to you. Finished jury duty today in time for the live. Cheers, Kevin. Hope it went well and was illuminating. Good to see you, Louise Lemon. Kirby said hot dog on a stick. Did cheese on a stick too. It was my grandma and I's guilty pleasure after surfing Mervin's clearance racks. It is a guilty pleasure and it is divine. Friday's still the drinking hour, right? Otherwise. My boss loved my I Have Questions shirt. I bought him and a bunch of your merch for Christmas. May the force be with you always. Emily, thank you. Just me. Appreciate it. Just saw the funniest show you were in. Wood Daddy Stacks. Hilarious. You're just seeing the Wood Daddy Stacks. I mean, that lives on the internet. There's nothing I can do about it sometimes. According to Wiki, as of 2002, Velveeta must be labeled in the United States as a pasteurized prepared cheese product. Tamara said, I'm in the process of making that box Velveeta right now. I mean, hey, it's fantastic. Ticketmaster made it a huge pain to buy event tickets for my dad as a gift. I live out of state. During the buying process, I was under the impression I had the option to print tickets. Nope. It is a huge pain in the ass. And then to transfer them is a pain in the butt. And then it's not easy. It's not easy. Emily, did you see Lisa Rinna's post about Balenciaga? I didn't. I'm guessing it was on Instagram. I don't follow Rinna closely on Instagram. So let me go take a look and see if I see a post and don't get distracted. Let's see. I'm going to see if it's in her posts, not in her stories, because if it's in her stories, it's probably already gone and I'll go search for it elsewhere on the internet. But let's Let's see. No. Here, we're gonna scroll through together. No. Oh, what happened? Having a Run DMC moment. All right. Nope. Dancing with the Stars, Elton John, Rina Beauty. I wonder if it must have been a story, and I'll go look. I'm sure somebody reposted it if it was posted in a story. So I'll go look. Otherwise, I will get distracted here forever, but I will go look and see if I can find it. Can we get some Whoopsie Doodle merch? Yes. Ty T said they recently had a collab with Pokemon Unite, which added some of their fashion to the game. I haven't looked. Did Balenciaga do a Pokemon Go thing? They might have. Attorney had to say incriminating balls. Yes. Testimony. It is the big T in testimony. Please address doxing and petition for removal. I have no idea what that means. Doxing shouldn't be done. You guys know how I feel about doxing. I don't know what we mean by petition for removal. I'm sorry. Most platforms have a way to remove private information. The hard thing is once it's out, it's out. Doxing is tremendously dangerous. And I know not everybody agrees with that, but I believe doxing is incredibly dangerous. It leads to nefarious things. I think there is room to not dox people when you are like, we need to call out something without trying to share their home address. I don't know why sharing the home address of someone ever helps, or why it's ever needed when you're trying to find the home of an online personality or what have you. It just leads to it just can't lead anywhere good. So I don't know quite what the super chat is referring to. Sorry. Beverly said, love our mornings together. Thank you for just the right amount of drama for the day. I mean, we have drama today. We have fucking mozzarella cheese that's cheddar. It's high drama. As someone familiar with medical work, I am so. I mean, that has to be referring to Weinstein. Sorry to y'all that we're eating dinner. They missed the opportunity to call it testimony, though they did, and probably a little too cheeky for the severity of the allegations in the case. Owned by 3 bullies. Am I the only one singing I've got big balls and sweaty balls? I mean, probably not. 30 years ago as a surgical nurse, I've seen fourniers surgeries. Oh God, Wendy. That's a visceral response to it smells even worse than it looks. Ugh. Thank you for sharing your professional experiences. I'm never going to get over this conversation. Hey Wedge, good to see you. Yes, we now live in a time where Harvey Weinstein's Peanuts is front page material. Yep, we do. Suzanne said, thanks for Harvey for helping with my diet. No lunch here. I mean, it definitely turns the stomach. Time to teach Big Macaroni a lesson. I mean, they really are coming for the necks of prepared food. Thank you, Yanni B, for the super chat. The McDonald's victim had only asked to pay the $15,000 hospital expenses for her 3rd-degree burns. McDonald's said no. Enter the lawyers for damages, pain, and suffering. Yeah, I'm not ever going to throw shade at the McDonald's lawsuit. It was needed. It was absolutely needed. So I'm sorry to everyone who just lost their appetite again. We've gone from supremely creamy to smelly. I don't know. Bia, I gave warnings. I gave lots of warnings. Back to mozzarella cheese. Let's see. Laura said mozzarella cheese is a fresh cheese, which wouldn't last. However, cheddar cheese is an aged cheese, which would be more stable over time. But then don't call it mozzarella sticks is my only thing. David. Oh my goodness. So Morbid curiosity got the better of us. I mean, that's totally fair. Jens said, as I sit here eating cocktail weenies, I mean, it's also fair. As long as it doesn't look like it's been reattached, you're probably good. JP said, for your love of behavior control via tax, Twix bars contained flour, so they are taxed as a food, which makes them cheaper than all other bars, which are taxed as candy. In many states, they are tax-free. JP, I had no idea about that. I'm waiting for someone to sue saying that they got a package of left Twix bars, but they're actually indistinguishable from right Twix bars, and be offended that they were purchasing which side of the Twix. You know, can we talk about, we're talking about Twix for a minute. I had no idea they had flour in them. Hold on. I might have Twix here. Oh, I should also be a good YouTuber. I'm not, but I should be, and say, do the YouTube things. I love this purse, but it had my Twix bars in it. I should say, do the YouTube things. I have been horrible about reminding people to do the likey, subscribey things, telling you that liking the stream actually matters to YouTube, because it does. It helps more people find it. I just get into what we're doing and I'm like, you'll all remember. Which is me being just me and wanting to talk about the content with the law nerds and just being like, we're all just here together. It's fine. I forget to mention all the things, but you know, that's me. I'm so excited for this. These Twix bars have me gripped. The salted caramel, holy shit, they're so good. They're so good. They're so good. I know that this says shareable size. I feel personally attacked. Maybe I should sue. I feel personally attacked. This is not shareable. No one's getting my Twix. I'm just not sharing. I'm not sharing. I am not sharing. But I am going to look at the ingredients. Serving size 1 cookie. That's offensive. That's offensive. That's offensive. Serving size 1 cookie. Who the fuck do you think you are? It's a pack. They're like, you're supposed to share it with 4 people. Stop it. Dark chocolate. Let's see. Enriched wheat flour, second ingredient. Well, there we go. I mean, I guess the cookie is made out of wheat flour because there's a crispy cookie. So there is a cookie, making it a food product. They are called cookie bars, making them cookies, but the salted caramel is, if you have not, just try it. Just try it. Eddie said my daughter will only eat the left Twix. Somebody's going to sue and be like, you can't even tell the difference. Did you ever try the chocolate peanut butter Twix? They were the GOAT. Yes, if I see a flavored Twix, I will absolutely try it. My family loves a Twix bar. But I'm kind of the same with Milky Ways. I'll try those too. The salted caramel Milky Ways are also really good. Patricia said in Japan, they have matcha Kit Kat. Japan has all the good flavors of Kit Kats. They have all the good flavors of Kit Kats. All sorts of flavors. And the Twix made me think of that. Matcha wasn't my favorite. They have all the good flavors of Kit Kat. Kit Kat makes so many cool flavors internationally. There was an advertisement in the UK about a separate factory for the left and right Twix. We had that here too. Oh, 4 cookies, perfect for your family. Never. These stay in my desk drawer. Nobody is sharing them. I do not share well. I do not share well. Salted caramel, anything is so good. I love them. These actually, you can taste a little bit of salt in them. It's so good. Have you had Velveeta fudge? No. It's not made out of cheese food, is it? You have flavored Milky Way? Yeah, there's a salted caramel one that's also really good. Also in a similar color packaging. But there's a salted caramel Milky Way that's divine. I will bring it on stream another day. Right now we're having a Twix era. We're gonna get back to some more questions. Law and Lumber said, can we circulate these stories among our group and draft parody responses to be read live, pretty please? I need a snarky outlet and mac and cheese. I mean, yes. And if Rob, you can always message me if you want me to send you the documents. Emily, can you cover the Jaffa cakes being a cookie versus a cake? I was so confused because one of the lovely law nerds sent me Jaffa cakes from the UK. I still have some in my cabinet. They're great. I really like them. But when I pulled them out, they were cookies. And I was like, wait, they say cakes. They are cookies. But yes, I can. Yes, I can, because I actually have examples here. Who sued my dear Trader Joe's? Emily, we're going to do the Trader Joe's tuna lawsuit another day. This crap pisses me off because now we will have to pay more for mac and cheese due to this stupidity. Yes, but the TGI Fridays mozzarella stick knockoff Cheetos might actually be flavored with mozzarella instead of cheddar going forward. So maybe. Objection, it does not say what it's ready for in 3.5 minutes. Just begs, that's fair. Sitting on my first jury, uber excited, so cool to be in the courtroom, brain fried, but so interesting. Have questions about jury pool from yesterday. It'll be interesting. Hopefully you make it on the jury and then you can chat about the experience when you are done, Monica. That'll be fun. Man, if only Velveeta put the directions on the outside of the packaging so you could get all the details before you buy it. I imagine that they do. I imagine that you have to add water and stir. Most recipes call for both cook time and prep time, which is I think why they're arguing that this is a deceptive marketing thing. Emily, I'm a little behind. I Googled the condition and I cannot unsee it. I mean, I gave adequate warnings. Karen, do instructions say let it cool or you will boil your tongue? They say they do have a warning on the back that said it would be hot. The instructions are on the box to view prior to purchase. It clearly shows what is needed. Ready to eat for me versus my husband are two very different things. He will always be willing to eat things immediately and lose a layer of mouth skin. Yeah, I won't. I hate that, especially if like hot chocolate's too hot. So we were in Chattanooga with the family and there is a divine little hot chocolate place. And even then I was just like, you got to be careful. Hot chocolate can get you, man. I only buy Trader Joe's. Jury, please don't mess with me. This is an older lawsuit, so it's already resolved when we cover it. Some of the lawsuits we're going to cover are older, so we'll cover them in the food court. In the food court. We'll cover them in the food court. So Jessica said, if I'm not mistaken, the resale site is Ticketmaster. Yes, that's what they're alleging. I could be wrong. I bought tickets to a college bowl game last year. But Hubs and I couldn't go. We had a hell of a time trying to sell them, just ended up eating the cost. They own the reseller that you're allowed to use. Yeah, that lawsuit was a little difficult. They did not tell the story well. Nurse Des said you called this suit. You said they would do it. I did say there would be a class action of Swifties. Alexa, we need chips. Yes. Pearl Jam tried to warn us. They did, and they got shut down. Speaking of getting shut down, hold on. I'm going to pull this too, but this is going to be mostly for the podcast. So podcast preview for y'all. Let's see. I am trying to find, I'm trying to find a tweet that I was looking for. All right. So, oh, hey, Jay Edelson filed an FTX class action. Hey, Rob. You and Jay are going to have to do an interview about their FTX class action. So it looks like Jay Edelson filed an FTX class action that's on law.com. Jay Edelson filed our pro bono complaint against former Girardi lawyer Keith Griffin and his new firm. Complaint alleges they are attempting to retain fees not legally available to them and are refusing to return client money that should not be reasonably in dispute. Leading up to the filing, we got the eerily familiar dodging of info, blaming, no joke, miscommunication with the bookkeeper, the one that is being held in federal custody, ending with a page ripped from Tom's playbook, the threat, good luck with your legal practice in California. Are we shocked? Are we shocked? Oh, man. Are we shocked? We had a scandal in the UK a few years back where counterfeit TV dinners were made with horse meat, not beef. Holy shit. That's unexpected. You have to add the word snacks. We did add the word snacks. I think we found it. What you just found was a crime. I think so. These are like cheese doodles. Tweeted you a pic. They are strange, the mozzarella sticks. Just found the big bagged mozz sticks are gluten-free and do not have mozzarella in ingredients. List just cheddar. Label says mozzarella sticks. It's so weird. Found the package on Amazon, states original flavor, but has cheddar, not mozzarella, which is so strange. So strange. Okay, but so many microwavable meals need more time than stated. Where are those lawsuits? Oh, the Amber Life, don't ask. They will come. Wait, are mozzarella sticks the new queso debate? Is it a name or is it a cheese? That's a fair question. And he said, hi from Dublin. Thanks for cheering us up. We needed a lighter stream. Some of the cases we cover are heavy, man. I just joined and now I'm deeply invested in possibly not mozzarella sticks. I am too. I'm not going to be okay. My husband's going to have to hear about it immediately. You You have most clever and comedic chat on the YouTubes. I do, Mary. I do. We have the Lawnards are the best. They are sassy, they are clever, they are kind. The Lawnards are all the people that I want to hang out with. New new legal insult, bitch cheese. Bitch cheese. Look, if you tell me the IKEA was sued over their Swedish meatballs wait, what? Hold on. Not my beloved IKEA Swedish meatballs. Look, man, I will drive to Atlanta to have those. There's a few things I'll drive to Atlanta to eat because they don't have them in Nashville. IKEA meatballs are one of them, but I'll also go get things at IKEA. But the fact that there's no IKEA in Nashville is wild to me. But there is one in Atlanta. But they also have a Kura, which is a sushi place I very, very much enjoy. So IKEA horse meat, IKEA horse balls is the note I'm making to myself to look up to add to the food courts. To the food courts. Wow. Jessica said it's like they're using mozzarella like a brand name, like Kleenex. So weird. Yeah, mozzarella is a type of cheese. So I agree with bitch cheese. I love those meatballs. I have so many questions. I look, man, we're going to have to look it up. We're going to look it up. Are we name calling the cheese? No, I think it's more of an exclamation. Exclamation. IKEA sells food. Oh, Sydney, yes. Yes, IKEA does sell food. And their IKEA, the Swedish meatballs are fantastic. They're fantastic. Louise Lemon, we are never going to be able to buy food without reading labels now. I mean, everything is sus if the mozzarella sticks are cheddar. I never anticipated such an emotional roller coaster. Today has been a full send of emotional roller coaster. Sharing between me, myself, and my secret friend no one has ever seen. That me with like, I think they're gonna retry it. Emily, is that a carnage tattoo? Yes. So, Lacey said, I am happy that I caught this live. I would not be surprised if Taylor Swift made a song about Ticketmaster. If she did, what would it be called? I have no idea. It would be clever. But I think, I mean, Taylor Swift took on Apple Music. It's harder with Ticketmaster, though. I think it's even harder than taking on Apple Music, because if you take on Apple Music, there's still other ways for your audience to get music. They can buy your CDs. They can download from other places. They can listen on Spotify. There are options to Apple Music, but there's no option to Ticketmaster, and that is wild. So, merch, everything is sus if the mozzarella is cheddar. Cheddar is the imposter, and we have voted it out. Life according to Martin, some people have way too much time on their hands with some of these lawsuits. Yes. Are they going to have to include the time it takes to digest as well? Yes. Yes, I do think so. Mileage may vary. Look, the thing that sent me about the mozzarella suit, now that we've determined that these are actually like Cheetos, is that they are extolling the benefits of mozzarella as a health food. It's a flavoring on a chip. I'm ordering those chips the second I get off of this stream. The one in the box is a frozen and heat up food. The one in the bag are like puffed Cheetos. Thank you, AA. I also read that most blueberry bits and oatmeal is actually flavored apples. What? The lies. Look, there's a difference between it takes 3.5 minutes to cook versus prepare, and the food is not what it's labeled as. The food needs to be what it's labeled as, because if you think it's blueberry and you're allergic to apple and you eat apple, it's a problem. A friend of mine had a horrible allergic reaction to eating cashews because he was allergic to peanuts, and the cashews that he was eating were cooked in peanut oil. And he was like, what monster cooks a nut in the oil of another nut? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know why the cashews were cooked in peanut oil, but he had a horrible peanut reaction to the cashews. But if a food is not the food it says it is, it's a whole different thing than an argument between cook time and prep time. Truly, that's splitting hairs. Wait till you find out that McDonald's apple pie contains potato. Are those not chunks of apple? I've never had a McDonald's apple pie. Ever. Do you catch a mouse with cheddar or mozzarella? I have no idea. I've never tried to catch a mouse. My world is crumbling. My foods aren't right. I mean, I'm stunned. I'm stunned. So, everybody's like, always read the labels. I mean, yes, always read the labels. People with allergies absolutely have to read the labels. Yeah, he didn't. And he was like, I should have read the label. He's like, I never would have assumed that cashews were anything other than cashew and salt. But it did say it on the label. He was like, this is on me. But he was like, oh, I thought it was safe, which happens when you're at the end of a very long work day, when you're like, damn it. Anne says the chat is glorious, accurate. The chat is bae. And we love the chat. And we love the chat. Jack in the Box was owned by Ralston Purina and was caught using horse. Good Lord, we're going to have to look at this. We're going to have to look at this more. I need to order some of the puffed up Cheeto things. Owned by 3 bullies. The packaging says microwave ovens vary. Cook time is approximate. I'm looking at one right now. It might say cook time is approximate, but they're going to argue the definition of the word ready. And I think they're going to at least get it past initial motions to dismiss. But we'll see. Taylor Swift lyrics. It's fees. It's Ticketmaster with fees. They failed the Swifties, and now we got to be free. I love the lyric. I'm here for it. The many times I've ordered food only to find out it has tomato in it, put that in the menu, people. The amount of things, I have a tomato allergy. The amount of things that they sneak tomato into, it makes eating at almost all buffets difficult because all the sauces are sus because tomato is so inexpensive and it's used in everything. The amount of tomato in things is ridiculous to me. So, as a fudge maker, I have objections to the concept of Velveeta fudge. Fair, I'm sure there's a TikTok video somewhere about it. I'm sure there is. So as we wrap up for today, over 3 hours, because, this is the cheddar cheese. The cheddar cheese coming in like, it's me. Hi, I'm the cheddar. It's me. I'm absolutely going to. We have more on this mozzarella suit. I am not done. This is one that we're following. This is a new one. We are not done. We are not done. But food court, we are going to be sporadically throwing in. On Thursday, I think we're going to have to cover the Amber Heard response, and then maybe we'll circle back if we have more on this. I am definitely not done with the Taylor Swift Ticketmaster suits, but we're going to have to do a whole roundup because there's other investigations going on too. Tomorrow, there will be a podcast episode. I don't know if my video will get done, but the audio episode will be up tomorrow on your favorite podcast players. I am going to be going through all of the updates on the Girardi suits, including what the IRS is coming for, the fact that Erica has a tax lien that was just filed against her, and the rest of it. So we're going to be going through all of that tomorrow on the podcast. Thursday, we will be back with another live stream, and that's what's up for this week. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a Lawner. Don't forget to do the YouTube, likey, subscribey things, especially if you lasted this long. We've talked about all the things disturbing today, and thank you for riding with me on it. I appreciate you guys so much. I will see you in the next one. Connect with me everywhere. I'm at the Emily D. Baker. If you guys want to join the text, just text Emily.com. If you want to join the channel, lawnerdsunite.com. Happy to have you. Support what we do here on the YouTube.